Do you miss playing Dungeons & Dragons, or just have a hard time finding a group in your hometown? Maybe you just wish you could play more. On Discord, we created a community of over 100 people who are playing D&D around the clock. By integrating Discord and D&D Beyond, we're able to provide an immersive experience that is the first of its kind. You can create a character from 1st to 15th level, and then roleplay 24/7 in our Discord channels while combating monsters, crafting weapons, training new skills, and searching for items across our campaign world. You'll also have the chance to participate in random combat encounters and go on monthly virtual quests. Ever wanted to try your hand at being a dungeon master? Or maybe you're an experienced dungeon master and just want the chance to run more adventures. As a community DM, you can run encounters and virtual quests for the community based on monthly modules written by our very own accomplished plot team. Join us.
Join us.
Check it out. Join the Discord.
Join us!
Join us.
And let's create incredible stories together.
Is the money really worth all this?
It's not about the credits. I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
I bet you have.
You're not getting the drop on the villains with sounds like that. Your game needs Sirenscape. The Sirenscape online player has a huge library of epic sounds for any situation. Epic games need epic sound. Go to Sirenscape.com to get started today.
It is said that the ancient Forge Masters would infuse a part of their souls into their creations, imbuing courage, strength, and grace with each strike of the hammer. But somewhere, deep in a dwarven hall, the last of the Forge Masters is hard at work.
Shard's cool. I liked the seamless integration between all the various aspects. You have your VTT, you have your character sheets, you have your cute little chat, you got the safety tools. There's little cute tabs at the top, and you can tab between all the various functions. There's notes, there's session notes. It keeps track of notes per session. How cool is that?
Wastes of Chaos, the latest sourcebook from Kobold Press, gives you everything you need to create hard-hitting adventures in devastated lands far from civilization. From powerful new players options to ghastly villains and twisted locations. And with the Tales from the Wastes companion book, you'll get adventures uncovering the ruins of a world that was. Back Wastes of Chaos on Kickstarter today and bring Full Metal Havoc to your campaign.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of Tales of the Wasted West. It is our fun romp through a world built using the Kobold Press recent Kickstarter content called Waste of Chaos. We're very, very, very excited. We're going to jump through, do some announcements, jump back in to the craziness because we ended on another cliffhanger.
It's all your fault.
It's all my fault. I know. I'm mean.
So many hangers.
Want to thank D&D, first of all, of course.
D&D.
D&D.
For creating this awesome game that we know and love. Huge shout out, as usual, to Kobold Press, who created the Waste of Chaos content. Two of the folks who are responsible for that are at our table, and we're so very
Not
thankful
guilty.
to them. What's that?
I said I'm not guilty. Isn't that what I'm supposed to say?
Yeah, exactly. The Kickstarter has closed. You cannot support that, but you can support and pre-order very, 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 very soon.
Yep.
And check out the Kobold Press socials in order to keep up to date with when those pre-orders will launch. Of course, it's a guide to building a wasteland setting. That's what we use to build this setting. It's 5e compatible, but agnostic across systems. And the Kickstarter funded in an hour and made a lot of money. So we're very, very happy for them. Congrats, y'all, for all of that. I want to thank Shard Tabletop. Woo! They have an incredible VTT system for running your tabletop RPGs. A lot of awesome features that we're using on stream. We're showing it in the interface. We're showing spells and characters, and we created all the characters in here and leveled up last episode using Shard.
Yeah, we did.
As well as some map stuff that we've been doing.
15-minute break.
Yeah.
Leveled up in 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was great.
Actually
Very,
took us
very
less
easy to
than
use,
that.
easy to jump into. Thank you, Shard, for being part of it, and for supporting the Kobold Press content on your platform so we can use it. Thank you. HeroForge.com is an amazing website where you can create custom miniatures for avatars or just for your own fun. I know people who have created hundreds and never have printed a single mini, but just because that's fun to do. You can print them in full color and have them shipped full color. You can print them or you can print them blank, like in resin, and you can print them yourselves, or you can download STLs like we do and like Jesse did when he printed them and painted them for this show. So thanks to Hero Forge for that. They've been awesome for us. Awesome. They've been awesome. For many years for us, and we're thankful to them and thankful to Forge Gaming.
Forge Gaming
is an amazing accessory, tabletop accessory manufacturer and distributor, and they have these awesome dice and dice trays that they are releasing for this show. Tales of the Waste of the West will be imprinted in the leather. I think on the outside or the inside, I'm not too sure. We're going to figure that out. But anyways, super, super cool. And you should have access to those. Want to thank Game Conclave and Teddy Benson, of course, for not only helping to write... Not only helping to write this adventure with me and preparing parts of the town, or a lot of the town, that we can play around in, but also allowing us to play in this incredible cabin for the time of this season. So thank you so much, Teddy, for that. Really appreciate it. Game Conclave creates custom GM content for your tabletop RPGs. And for Sirenscape, we're using the tool for not only music, but also for sound effects. The music that you hear, I've downloaded and put into Sirenscape, which is an amazing part about Sirenscape, is that it's very versatile and easy to use and fun. Couple quick announcements. Of course, Incubus every Friday at 8 p.m. on Fridays Eastern. Amazing little show with some awesome tattoo artists. If you're interested in playing D&D 5e on Discord, we have an incredible Discord server, and to get access to that, you can go to patreon.com/RealmSmith, and you can play characters along with hundreds of people who play kind of on a daily basis within the same world as our other main live stream, Into the Mist, functions currently. So check that out. I am currently, because of the magic of the internet, at D&D in the Castle, having a great time.
Wow, nice.
Magic.
It's like
This is
it's
just
like
a stand-in.
The cardboard cutout.
It's like I'm omnipresent. And we'll also be there next week during this show, so it's going to be amazing. And then, of course, D3 at Sea, which is happening in November with Omega and Dot and myself and Mark Meir. and we'll be GMing amazing folks on the high seas, somewhere in the warm Caribbean.
Yeah, y'all can come watch me burn in the Caribbean.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be
awesome. And then we also, and Dot and I actually, which we haven't talked about, are actually do some work for them and are behind the scenes making it all happen. So we're thank you to Dot and to the team for being so awesome. And then we also released registration for the spring cruise, which is happening in April. So check that out. Thanks to our Smith Guardians. They are our leadership team on our Discord and online for RealmSmith. They do tireless work when we're out here just romping around the mountains, playing D&D, and then the Realm Watchers, who are the moderators and people who keep everybody safe in all of our many channels. If you like what you see tonight, consider subscribing and sharing. And without further ado, let us venture for episode 6 into the waste.
Oh man.
All right, we're back. Last I left you all, you were exiting the Drifter's Haven Inn after a secret meeting, or a meeting of the secret kind. It was a horrible accent. I don't know where that came from.
It's just Irishman in town.
It was a mix of a bunch of things. But anyways, you were exiting the side exit out of the Drifter's Haven. Yes. And you saw a sight that was unfortunate after a quite unfortunate episode in a lot of ways, and fortunate in some ways. You saved some lives, including the past or current Sheriff Mayor, and which asked our illustrious Sully to be the current stand-in Sheriff. You have to go at the end.
We're done.
Okay. Shows up where everybody
still in the town.
All day. Okay. All right. It's not gonna happen anymore. I swear. I almost did it again. And you were found leaving and saw an unfortunate sight, which is your beloved Clint, bounty hunter and person that fought at your side, in a casket out in front. Is that the scout promise?
No, that's the.
Please use hashtag justice for Clint.
Hashtag justice for Clint.
That's going in the song.
Yeah, it is.
Justice for Clint.
But yeah, so and under a sign that said goodbyes, which basically in these types of towns and in these times they often put those that have passed on display so that people can say their goodbyes before they enter them. Not enter them, enter them.
Very different.
You know, we didn't check to see if he was dead. Maybe it's a ruse and he's gonna jump out and get the badman.
He's only mostly dead.
He's only mostly dead.
Yeah. Really, a flesh wound. All right. That's where we find you all. What would you like to do?
So after I see he's dead.
Yeah.
Because I'm standing there kind of in the crowd of people, invisible.
Yeah.
I see it's him. I have 2 questions. Are there clear signs of how he died?
Okay.
Like, are there bullet
You're
holes?
40 feet away currently.
Oh, I thought I moved up.
Oh, you're close.
People.
You're right
That's
there.
right.
Sorry.
Right, so I'm like right
You're
there.
invisible.
And invisible.
Yeah.
Squeeze my little.
Investigation check.
Let's go.
Investigation.
Investigation.
I think my investigation actually went up, so I need to make sure. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna have to move my phone. My computer decided to update. Okay. I think my investigation was a 4. A 14.
Okay. With the 14, as you look through, he is covered in fur, eyes closed, very stiff.
Okay.
And not seeing any visible wounds.
So he's kind of covered from body down.
Yeah, he's in the clothing he was wearing.
Oh, he's in the clothing.
Yeah, earlier.
I'm guessing his gear is not on him.
Not that you can
That's
see.
what I thought. Okay, at a 14. Yeah. No clear signs of how he died. I begin to listen to the crowd. What are they saying?
Perception.
Okay. Now I have my character sheet back up.
That's the one I always do. I have to make investigation work.
Okay. Oh, this is really good for me.
You never say it before you roll.
Oh,
And that's why
it's 12. It's 12. It's 12.
Yeah. With the 12, you kind of hear murmurs. Some of them weren't even clear who he was. Because he was fairly, so it sounds like he was
Bounty
fairly
hunter,
new.
yeah, okay.
He kind of kept to himself. Some of them talked about, they lament because they saw him play poker and he was really good at it.
Such a loss.
And some people are basically say like what you said and echo what you said earlier, which was, they saw him fighting for the town and they were thankful for it. And it's sad to see someone who was so adept go down so easy.
So easy with all the...
And then all the like, who did it and when did it happen and how did this happen and all that.
Okay, cool.
But nobody that really knew him.
Right, and people are paying respects. I'm guessing this is not like a display of like, this is more of a respectful...
It's intended for respectful, but because nobody knows him, it's a bit more of a display. Like people are coming to see who it is that passed.
Okay. Have they dug the hole?
Not from where you can see now, because you're on the side of the building.
Right.
You're in front of the building there.
I don't know if this is custom. How long would they leave him here? And is there a display of like when they're going to bury him?
Because you have only passed through towns.
Yeah.
You're not sure what the custom would be.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the custom
like
of humans.
I said, I don't think
or
that's
of the civilized. But I would say. But I would say that you imagine before he starts to stink.
Okay, so within minimum 24 hours of this heat.
Yeah,
okay.
Maybe a day.
Okay, so Wedler, invisible, squeezing his little glass eyeball, runs all the way back, and tosses it in his pocket as he does. He pops out of thin air.
We all make save?
Yeah, no, hopefully not.
Do we have to?
I'm gonna say no.
I feel like it's if you don't know me. I think it says something about like you know me at this point. But Wedler goes, don't run him. He's dead.
Who's dead?
Bounty hunter, Clive.
I mean, Clint.
I get it wrong every time. Clint.
Forgot his name already.
What? Ow.
Clint, he's dead.
Yeah, ow. What's it look like? You got holes in him?
No, he's still wearing his clothes. I don't know. There was no clear signs of how he died. It doesn't look like he was shot. He's wearing his clothes. His gear is gone. They got him on display. All the townspeople are like, I don't know this guy.
Mr. Smith, nod, and immediately start walking over.
We gotta pay our respects.
Go over?
We have to see.
He is the new mayor of the town.
He's the sheriff. Someone's just been murdered.
Maybe. I am the person who has to go.
I mean, he could have tripped and bumped his head, but...
At least this happened without his knowledge.
It's unlikely.
The entire display and all. I would assume that at least the sheriff or the mayor would know if someone in this small town died.
Since we're trying go do some investigating. Maybe we kind of just keep to the back of the crowd and the Shmer, Sully can go talk to them.
Yeah, I'll come because I'm going to end up having to have a look at.
Okay, you're a doctor.
That at this juncture,
A medical practitioner. Subtle difference.
Okay.
I think at this juncture it would be advantageous for us to stick together.
All right.
Many people in this town do not trust us, and many of the people in this town are being paid by Yates. It is dangerous for us to go by ourselves.
Yeah.
We'll go over with you.
Yeah, I come with, but
Just hang back.
the only reason Smith is coming with me specifically is because he's going to be able to figure out how this happened. I just have to be the face.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Nobody likes my face, so I'm just gonna stick with
like
them.
I like your
We will
face.
stand in the back.
Okay, everybody.
Stand close enough, Bianca. You all are good, you know.
I'll keep on lookout.
Yeah. It's like hear no evil, see no evil, taste no. I don't know the other ones.
Throw no dynamite.
Throw no dynamite.
I will be polite and say the dynamite. Put that on a T-shirt.
What's a t-shirt?
I'll put it on your.
I was just seeing if you know what a t-shirt was.
I don't. Yeah, I do. It's a shirt shaped like the letter T.
Oh, okay. Then I start walking.
That's logic.
You know, as they start walking, and I'm assuming that we're walking right behind, she would like to see if any of either Yates or Yates' men
Are around?
Are around.
Perception check.
16.
Yeah. No sign of the orcs or Yates that you can see.
Do I smell any zesty critters?
Give me a perception check, please.
All right. So 19.
19. As you kind of step up, everyone kind of like, because you were all involved in kind of the earlier sort of scenarios. You hear like, oh, it's the new sheriff. Yes, what happened to our sheriff?
Let's hear it for Sheriff Sully. Mayor Sully. No.
And you hear like two claps in the distance.
Identify who those two claps are.
Real.
In the crowd. And then you, as you cross over and you get close with a 19, you smell the smell of death. But it is different than the other smell of the shoe. And the smell of the shoe was slightly different than the smell of the... Now you're kind of like... Now that you're becoming a connoisseur of tangy feet. This smell that you smell emanating from Clint is similar to the shoe smell, which is slightly different than the Yates smell.
I relay that to my compatriots.
So they're all suddenly different?
Yeah, the nose on him.
It's the shoe and the other one were very similar, but now that you've smelled Clint, it's closer to the shoe smell than the other smell.
Clint smells closer to the shoe than...
I got an idea. Okay, anyway.
I also have a very bad idea.
Yes.
So you're telling me Clint is now like Jenkins?
No. It could be that the method of death
is the same.
Lives a residual.
Poisoning, and it seeps.
Or, again, as I said earlier, there's different types. But the reason JJ smells like our friend is they both were bodies. I'm not a body.
Right.
Yeah.
If Yates smells,
different.
If you think they smell different.
Yeah, you smell different. You're like a cotton candy monster.
I'll thank you.
Yeah, it's the nicest thing I've about ever said about nobody.
Right. Let's go and have a look.
Yeah. Smile, fix the hat, kind of walk through the crowd and make sure.
Crowd parts.
Yeah. Now, get to the body. There's a show. It is sincere, but there is a show of sadness and paying respect to a lost soul. So there's a level of amplifying the truth.
Sure.
Of the performance, basically. And I'll say, this isn't right, especially knowing what we know. Excuse me, and I'm going to get to the body. Medic, can you please assist me?
Yeah, Sheriff. What do you need?
Does it seem like, so they've placed the body into this coffin?
Somebody has.
Someone has.
And he's, doing one of these. Like it's typical.
Does it seem like anyone in this area was responsible for that?
Huh, insight check.
I'm like, who was the one who's displaying this body?
Yeah, interred his body, yeah.
19 on the die, which
Nice.
makes that
I need your dice.
a 22.
Yeah.
I called it.
With a 22, as you survey the crowd, it doesn't appear like anybody here even knows how we got here. They're all here just witnessing.
That's okay. Please, some room, and I kind of like judge to the crowd, like step back a little bit. We don't know what's going on, but we will get to the bottom of this.
Archie,
Yeah.
could you just pick up the whole coffee? We'll take him in the grave, and I'll have a look at him in there. I'm not doing that in the street. He deserves better than that.
All right. I do that.
Okay. Where are you taking him?
I think he's directly outside the
Undertaker's
shop, which presumably they
It's a building.
Sure.
do some sort of body
Preparations.
preparations.
Sure.
So I want to take him in there to do a post-mortem of sorts.
Okay. You open the door to the Undertaker shop, which you've never been in.
I think I put him on a shoulder like a boombox.
Sconces with lit torches hanging from the walls, and I'm going to say instead of torches, actually, they're like lanterns, oil lanterns, hanging from the walls, throw dancing shadows around the room. 4 chairs and 2 side tables and a dark red rug adorn the first 20 feet of the building or so. Facing the front door is a black oak desk with a lit oil lamp. Behind the desk is a large leather desk chair, where the one that you know with the bowl cut was sitting, Rusty Gravelmane specifically, who looks up at you as you come in the door. Around the walls are different sizes of coffins of different makes. Some of them have finishes, but they're all kind of like the typical kind of like coffin shape. Nothing fancy, but they do have different woods, and some of them with different finishes and so on. And then you see that there's a door at the back and then stairs that lead up to a second floor. And he comes in and he looks up at you. He says, may I help you?
Rusty, is there an area where you like prepare bodies before you take them around?
Of course, I'll prepare them in the back. Why?
I'm right behind you.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm right.
Did you put Clint in the box?
Is that his name?
Yeah.
I don't know. We found him in the back of the shop, already in a coffin that we had built and we were storing, with a sack of coins on his chest.
What?
And so we thought maybe somebody wanted to say goodbye, so we thought we'd give him the proper respects.
All right.
Did you happen to find anything like wrong with his body? Did you even take a look?
Did we all come in?
Yeah.
I was going to say that.
I literally got it like that.
I know. I'm not saying no one else come in, but I know the 3 of us went in just making sure if people were coming in.
I'll follow, but I'm gonna.
Yeah.
All right.
I think Shiv, when he walks in, instead of like walking all the way in, he leans against the main door, against one of the windows, looking out while keeping an ear.
Smart.
Do you mind if we just go in the back with him so I can have a quick look at him before?
First of all, who are you? And,
Oh, sorry.
I step forward.
Okay.
I say, not to flex or anything like that because I just don't have the time to do that. There's a dead body randomly appearing. I'm the new Mayor Sheriff while Mayor Sheriff Peralian is not well. And
all
now we
right,
have to
I heard
figure
about
out
a
what
change
this
in sheriffs.
Yeah.
It's just that Clint was absolutely fine about an hour and a half ago, and now he's just been found dead.
This is flat out a murder.
All right, I don't know about any of that. I just take care of the dead.
No, absolutely not. But I was just I want to have a look at him, not on the street. So can I use the back?
He is a licensed. He is quite well as a medical practitioner.
I'm currently the best we've got.
He's qualified.
Persuasion check. And you can help him if you want.
I will help you. You'll have a +4 on your persuasion check.
Okay. Ooh, yeah. +4, 16, 23.
Nice.
Well, typically I wouldn't allow it. But I guess seeing you're the sheriff and the mayor, there's a lot of that going around lately. I guess, but make it quick.
We'll make it as quick as we can.
I don't want his smell in here.
No.
And you can tell that there's smell coming from him.
Yeah. Which
absolutely can't smell.
Even without me rolling a medical check is weird because he's been dead an hour and a half.
It's
at
awkward.
most.
Yeah, it's odd.
Okay. In the back, please, Archie.
Yep, got it.
Thank you, Archie.
Okay.
And Nexus will like try and get Mr. Smith's eye and just go.
Rusty, did he have any of his gear with him, or was it just like this?
Nah, he's just like it.
All right, okay, thanks.
Do I believe that?
Insight check.
19.
Well, yes, you do.
What?
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna look at Wedler and Shiv. You all have your eyes and ears. Just stay in this front area. Not saying don't come back, but just make sure something doesn't come in here.
Where did you find him exactly?
In the back.
Out back of the shop.
Out back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody put him in an old
Then-
coffin that I was going to tear apart
Then
and use
you two,
firewood.
if anyone wants to come back with us, that's fine. But you might be helpful as well with us. You two go in the back and go look at this.
I just gotta, put eyes on the situation.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Cool. Not split the party because we're in the same area.
We're in the same area. Going to the back
Yeah, go
door,
to the
that's
back.
all, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we'll start with going around the back. You all leave the front, and people are kind of like looking in because there's a commotion, and they're still gossiping and talking. As you go around the back, of course, you cross between Leroy's and the Gravelmain Undertakers, and then there's just the back of the building, and there's like a pile of old coffins and busted up pieces of wood and a stack of firewood.
Pretty standard.
Debris, yeah.
Wedler would actually be looking for bodies don't just appear out of thin air. There would need to be footprints, signs of dragging something. So, Wedler's gonna get on all fours and like tasting the ground. I don't know what you're. I'm sorry.
Survival check.
Survival?
Shiv does something similar to what he did when he saw the creature in the night. That night, he goes shift down, starts looking for footprints, and then kind of almost tastes the dirt, sniffs it and tastes it, spits it out, to see if.
What is your survival? Because we only
Plus 3.
Plus 3. Mine's +5.
Oh wow!
So I'll roll and then I'll add your 3. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay. Please don't roll bad.
You got this.
That's
For a total of?
For a total of 5 with mine, 3 with yours, 28 nat 20.
For Clint!
Clint! Finally. Oh, that feels nice.
I needed that. Yeah, I really did. Thank you, Mr. Dye. The rest of you are shunned to hell and back. Hell's bank and back.
Hey, woo!
Awesome.
James is like, ugh.
No, it's good. All right. You see prints, absolutely. It seems like they've tried to be covered as to not be tracked, but you rolled really, really well.
Okay.
And they lead out along that back road that goes between the hovels there.
Yeah, that kind of turns around between the barber and okay. The size of these tried to cover footprints. Are they big?
They're about medium sized.
Pretty standard.
Yeah.
Wheeler puts his foot, so we got to know it's bigger than Wheeler. He measures your foot. Takes, what's your foot in that?
All right.
Smaller than that.
Smaller than mine.
Yeah.
It's smaller than his, but bigger than mine.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sizable.
Yeah, he's.
Because you're an orc. That's good. But that's why I wanted to measure your foot to see if it was one of the orcs that.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Did they drag the body?
Or wheelbarrow it.
Or is there like signs of? How did they carry it here?
Yeah, sure. There's just footprints.
Okay, so.
But the footprints are a little deeper in the mud than
what normally would.
Yeah.
So he carried him over, probably on the shoulder,
the weight.
maybe.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Sully, did you want me with you guys?
I said you could be helpful with the investigation of it all, but it's up to you.
Okay.
Obviously, you have your control of your character.
Yeah, would you like to be with us?
Well, I kind of want to just, because we're right there anyway, I kind of want to peek in the window of Leroy's and just see if he's alive.
Oh, good call.
You know, like just see if he's like even around.
If he's still kicking, yeah, good call.
Sure. You look in and you see Leroy sweeping and mopping up the mess.
Oh, it makes sense. If he's definitely team friend.
Yeah.
So,
Take on any.
where do you think, where do you think Clint went after the whole fiasco?
Didn't he get sent? Was it
Oh
sent,
no!
Didn't he get sent to watch over? Was it to watch over the sheriff? I forget.
He was supposed to watch over the sheriff. Was he?
I'm not there.
I know. Okay, that's really, really.
I'm just trying to remember if I was there when that conversation happened.
I wasn't, so I can't.
I just can't remember if I was.
Okay, good to know.
I don't know.
While I'm
It
back
could have
here,
been that
can I
event.
just get a little peep in the cemetery? Is that hole still full, the one from Jenkins? Or is it empty still?
It's been covered over.
So it has been covered back over.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go back inside.
All right. Are you not coming?
Where?
Inside.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Wheeler says, let me open the door for you. Sully says that is polite.
He opens the door.
Okay. You guys go back into the.
Yeah, we got the
shop.
information we needed on that front, I think.
And it's not without splitting up the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wet hand 5.
Oh, he does it without even thinking. And he's like, I fell for that one.
All right. Where do you go? Back inside. Sorry.
Yes.
You come into the back area, and it's typical kind of Undertaker embalming situation. Embalming fluids on the walls, all of that kind of stuff. It smells very fragrant in here because there is various incenses and so on burning, but there's an underlying smell of death in here. And he says, please be quick.
Well, yeah. Don't worry about it.
All right. And he kind of steps out, but stands at the door and watches.
Okay. I'm not going to do anything too messy, but just bear in mind. So my intent is to undress Clint, see if there's any obvious wounds.
Yeah.
If there aren't any obvious wounds, I'm going to take a clean section of cloth because he's a gnoll, and I'm basically going to wipe sections to see if there's small stiletto marks underneath fur, because some oozing will come through. If I can't find anything like that, I have other ideas.
Okay.
So.
Medicine check.
21.
Okay. With the 21, you start to, first off, as you start to inspect him, you notice that he's quite stiff. Rigor mortis is set in. Already.
Which gives me a timeline.
Yeah. With a 21, I would say that it appears that he's been dead about a day and a half.
What?
As you start to undress him, you see that there are 2 dried up bullet wounds in his chest.
Okay.
Is it a different shirt? Or are there corresponding wound holes in the clothing?
Yeah, corresponding wound holes.
No,
sorry, different shirt.
Different shirt, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Like dressed.
Same shirt that he was wearing earlier.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
I will. So it's going through, and there's. What the? Wait. No. What day are we? Today.
Same day.
Yeah. So. What? Yeah, this doesn't make sense. He's dead.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but he's been dead. I would say about 36 hours.
But he was just talking to us.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And I know what killed him. 2 to the chest. And he takes out a knife and he starts just cut a little bit of the fur away so you can actually see the bullet holes in his chest. Them's what done him. And then he changed his clothes and started wandering around. Because that ain't the shirt he got shot in.
Wait.
You're out.
Oh shit! Wait, I thought we came back in.
No, we're still outside during this part.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, so...
If he's dead.
Yeah, and has been.
And he smells like Jenkins.
Smells like Jenkins, not as much
Then
like.
he was.
He was already dead when we met him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are we dealing with necromancy?
I don't know. What's confusing me is the fact that he seemed like absolutely normal person as opposed to a monstrous, unthinking, raging, whatever. What most undead are. Well, certainly the ones that I've dealt with.
Knowing this, would I have detected, just thinking back, any of the smell on him around the time we met?
You didn't notice any, no.
Didn't notice it.
Right, let's get him dressed back up, because this is... yeah. Right, if anybody asks, he was shot to death, alright?
Is there something I have like 0 in it? Is there any type of as I kind of close this eye and just focus through the ethereal eye for a moment? Is there any type of residual aura of magic? Not really trying to detect magic. See if there's any type of thing that seems like why he was raised. Is anything still lingering? Just trying to get a general vibe of the magicalness about this. If there's
check.
That's a first arcana.
Also,
a flat 10.
It seems mundane to you. You don't see any sort of hint at magic of any sort at play.
Do you know what? I don't understand.
You guys walk into the building at this point.
What I also don't understand, and it seems like something silly, why would you take his stuff? Because now anybody who's got his stuff, and particularly those 2 very nice clockwork guns, is an immediate suspect. I mean, I'd have left... if I was going to do that, I'd have left it. If that was me, if I were going to do that. But, I wouldn't.
Sure.
But yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, you 3. 2.
What would we have?
Shut door.
Oh, okay.
Well, so Rusty's standing in the doorway to
Yeah.
that back room.
Yes.
She'll probably just slam it.
Which door are you telling them to shut?
The back door that they've just
The
come
front
back
door.
in.
Okay.
Sorry, the front door.
Yeah.
Yeah, this ain't right. Rusty.
I think, yeah, I look at Rust.
Yeah.
Any
Just be level.
Yeah.
any undead problems around here? Because he's been undead for a day. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you weren't in the room. Clint died about 36 hours ago.
Oh, that's funny, because somebody brought his body around the back. We found our footprints.
Yeah. But he then died again about an hour ago. He's been dead since we met him.
But they just delivered his body.
I know. The person that we saw talking, shooting, and we were chatting with, was dead at that point. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, sorry, Rusty.
You mean like zombies?
Yeah. Well, they'd have been coming out of the cemetery. We've seen one.
I heard about that. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Something had potentially. I think somebody dug out the old mayor's body. I haven't seen any zombies or.
We saw him.
You said that. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. And frankly, the corn mash and the rye mash is a little strong at the tavern.
None of us have drunk today.
Okay.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay. Come and have a look at Clint.
Yeah, I see him.
Yeah, this is not a guy who died 90 minutes ago.
As he passes by me, I'm gonna give him a real good, just invasive snoot up his patoot.
Who?
Rusty.
Rusty. Can't give me a perception.
I mean, just invasive. Just
invasive. Snoot up his patoot.
That's an 11.
Okay. Formaldehyde. Typical. Little musty. Musty Rusty.
Sure, musty Rusty.
Did it still look like? Did it still look like the graver was sinking? Like some of the graves were sinking in?
You haven't seen that.
We'd learned that earlier.
I would say that a couple of them look depressed.
Okay.
You've been around enough dead bodies to have an idea of give or take.
Yeah, no, he's clearly been dead some time. I noticed it when we propped him up. He's stiff as a bull.
Yeah. But he was in a shootout early this morning.
I wasn't even aware of that.
Yeah, he was defending a town with us against those bandits.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, how's that possible if he's dead?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe he's got a twin like I do.
You have a twin?
Yeah.
All right. But the thing is, I don't understand how you've never seen him walking around, considering the old sheriff had been the one that hired him. He's been around the town. He's been walking around talking.
I don't leave here much.
Is he playing dumb with them?
Inside check.
Nexus is gonna slip out the back door.
No.
The back door? Okay.
Like
the back out the front door?
Just like out the door that we just came.
Yeah.
I want some help on inside.
I'm no point.
Okay.
What'd you roll?
I have 4.
Yeah, you think he's being pretty.
This is a straight shooter. This
There's one
one.
on the inside, as I'm sort of intending.
He's hiding something.
You're gonna have.
Look,
You don't know that?
Yeah.
No, well,
Okay. Oh, I thought you were responding to
No,
that insight
okay.
check. Okay.
You're gonna have to forgive me. Are you hiding something from us? I'm casting trick question.
Hey.
Okay. Roll it.
Okay.
You need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
And you see that my eyes begin to glow. There's smoke.
What's the
15.
Okay? Failed.
Trick question. Shout out to Cowgirl Press.
Cowgirl Press.
I phrased the question in a way it can be answered by one word to a target that can hear you. You must make a wisdom saving throw or be compelled to answer the question truthfully. When the spell ends, the target knows you use magic.
Okay.
I don't care if he knows, but
Okay. So you asked.
I said, are you hiding something from us right now?
Yes. He has to answer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look at Smith. Do as you want. He's hiding something.
Can we just sit down and have a chat? This is all getting a bit weird for me.
We're having a chat right now.
Yeah, okay.
I don't appreciate you coming in here and asking to do stuff and then be manipulating me.
We just said that someone died in front of your place and just said the 2 undead have been brought
Nobody
down
died
here.
in
You're just
front.
hiding something
All
from
that
us
happened was
for some reason, and I need to
a
figure
coffin
out why
was
you are
brought-
hiding this from us. Either answer truthfully or you can join them.
Sheriff, can I please?
He kind of takes a step back from you. I think they're right about you. You're dead inside. That's what they say. And I just saw it.
And as soon as you say that, may I? No.
I almost glide closer to him. I've been dead longer than you can imagine, so I don't mind dying again. Would you?
I've seen more death than you can ever imagine.
But have you felt it? My gun is now floating right next to his head.
Okay. Intimidation check.
He goes to the front door and locks it. Yeah, no, just
turns the side.
Always roll.
It just you're so can't interrupt.
17? No, sorry, 16.
Okay. He says, I'm just trying to do a job.
Then tell us and help us.
Help you with what?
Figure out what's going on. You obviously hiding something. What are you hiding?
Listen, I'm just asked to bury bodies and not pay attention to anything unnatural, that's all.
And we are 6 strangers to this place who obviously for some reason have a connection to it and want to help. We don't have to, and yet we're here.
I get that, but after you leave and you go to the next town to do whatever you do, I gotta live here.
And why do you
I gotta run my business. I gotta make money. If I start talking behind people's backs, then I destroy everything my brother and I have worked for.
I know.
You don't know. You blow in, you blow up, you blow out. And then what do you leave in your wake? Just destruction. Look what happened today. Why? Years now, never an incident with bandits. Always talk them down. You come to town, sheriff almost dies.
Your mayor died 4 days before we got here, whether we were here or not.
In a house fire. I know, I buried him.
And yet he rose. Had nothing to do with us.
That's what you say. I hadn't even seen any reason.
How many times did you bury him?
Once.
I buy that.
In his nice blue suit.
And you filled the same hole when his body wasn't there?
I'm gonna have an open hole people can just jump in, fall
But it
into.
didn't seem strange that the body in the suit that you put in the hole when you went to go refill the hole wasn't there.
I realized that. I thought somebody grave robbed it. Who knows? I filled it back
Ain't
up.
in there no more.
There's really not a lot of people in this town. And most of them seem to be fairly decent folk that wouldn't do the type, or be the type to do grave rob.
Well, I mean,
seems like a pretty big leap of logic.
He grave robbed himself. If you can.
Right,
you,
no, but
can
I'm
you-
saying based
can you
on
grave rob
his.
yourself? Yeah, no, but I mean, I get what you're saying.
We are trying to help a town that we owe nothing to. That's not us trying to make this out to be less important. It is just the truth. But there is something about Yates that is going to bring down hailfire, not just on this town, but on every place he touches, if we don't stop it. And we're just trying to get any information we can in a place that he has bought. You obviously care. You obviously care.
Listen, you're in a town that you don't owe anything to, but you've withdrawn a lot from today. Wherever you go, madness and violence, they follow.
You don't know me.
I saw it. I heard it.
You don't know what those bandits did to someone like me.
You don't know me, and you come in here into my place of business.
You know what? If you don't want my help, you can fucking rot in this place. And I'll walk out.
All right.
Sorry about the way.
I had locked the door and opened it for you because that's the polite thing to do.
I just don't do. If this is the type of life you'd want to continue to lead.
What would lead? I have a business, a successful one.
I have gold.
All right.
Would you like some?
Depends. Would you like something buried?
No, well, yeah, I'd actually like your information dug up from what you're hiding.
What do you think I'm hiding exactly?
Well, I imagine.
Everyone's got secrets. You don't have secrets? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I tend to wear my secrets on the sleeves I don't have. Ask me anything, I'll tell you the truth.
Okay, I believe you.
Okay. I guess, you're right. We're not, would you say, from around these parts?
Yeah.
But it doesn't make us any less people of the wasteland. Sure. And it doesn't make us any less helpful to a problem. So you can continue to ignore it and bury your problems like all the dead. Or you can tell Mayor Sully here the truth so we can get to the bottom of it. And you don't have to fill empty holes anymore.
Persuasion check.
Oh, no.
And then we'll get out of your business.
Okay.
The sooner you help us.
Okay.
I rolled a 7. Nope, that is a nat 1.
Oh,
no.
That is a nat 1.
I rolled a nat 20.
No way. Well, there we go.
Listen.
Yeah.
Bearing problems is what people have to do to survive in the Dreadlands. Otherwise, they've been burying me years ago.
Maybe.
Absolutely, I have stuff to hide. It's called survival.
I call it running from your problems. But to each their own. How about this? We're staying across... No, Town Hall. We have a new place. We're at Town Hall. If you change your mind, you come see Sully.
I will.
Whilst this conversation is going on, I'm slowly redressing Clint.
I'm going
in a respectful and slow and methodical way, as if you would prepare a body.
I pat Nexus on the shoulder and I walk off after. Oh, you're outside. Well, I walk off after.
Nexus already left.
I'm got long hands and just follow the sheriff for a little bit. Just quietly.
Okay. He says, I can finish him up and bury him.
Yes, sir. I'll help you dress him and then.
Fair enough.
Well, look forward to maybe perhaps reburying him in the very near future.
That's disrespectful.
Right, more than what you've done. I'll walk out.
Hope I don't have to bury you in the next 2 days.
Oh.
Don't worry, I will come back and haunt you. You're not a nice man. I'm going after Sully.
You see him before Shiv walks out the door. He yells out, "Coward!"
So they've all gone. Not speaking to Rusty. We're just doing the business of caring for the dead. Wait until he's all there. Make sure his tie is nice and neat.
Yeah.
Go into my pouch.
Yeah.
Pull out a gold.
Yeah.
Slip it into his top pocket and just go. Next ante's on me. And walk out.
Oh, that was slick. Very good. All right. You all leave?
She went outside.
Oh, yeah. All right. That's right. You went out the front and then around.
Yeah, I went
Okay.
back around.
Sure.
Nexus, I want to look at these tracks again. Because it occurs to Nexus that they had to bring him from somewhere. And Nexus knows that Clint has been around for a while. So I kind of have like a two-phase thing. Like one, I want to kind of look and see like, are there any graves that look like they've been recently disturbed? Like somebody maybe like hid his shit to come back later and get. And then like if the graveyard looks just like undisturbed, I want to kind of like go like like not like too far away from everybody else, but I want to go down the path a little bit and see if there's any sort of like markers on these houses to see if it's like Clint's place or like you know like is he like at the hotel, is like because we don't know where he's staying. And so I'm just wondering like is there some kind of like indicator of like this is where he might have been.
Yeah. Okay, so first we'll deal with the actual graveyard.
Cool.
And so, are you entering the actual graveyard, or are you just kind of walking the perimeter of the fence?
Yeah, I'm just kind of like
looking?
walking. And Nexus is doing like a real big show. She's got like her hands in her pockets, and she's like really badly humming.
Yeah.
Just kind of like nonchalant song.
Sure. I like it. Okay, good. Investigation check.
Okay. I don't know why my thing keeps doing this. Hold on. Investigation check. Here we go. Here we go. That's
It's now around just after supper time.
And that's a dirty 20.
Okay. With a dirty 20, you notice a couple things. First off, the grave in front of the Mayor Jenkins grave has been filled in, like you said. It's a bit of an uneven mound currently. And then there are other graves, some gravestones, some older, years and years old, you can tell, of age and moss, and well, not really moss out here, but anyways, cracking and sun-bleached. And then there are a few graves that seem newer that are sunken in. They're concave slightly.
This is such a bad idea. I wanna hop the fence and go check one out.
Okay. All right. All right. So I'm gonna have you give me an athletics check.
I'm gonna cast.
Just because there's spikes on the top of the fence, it's meant to keep people out.
I'm gonna do Pounce Strike, which lets me jump 15 feet in the air, and it looks exactly like that one scene in iRobot.
Okay. Got it. Okay, cool.
Love.
And you land on the other side.
Yeah, and I'll just go.
Which grave do you want to check
the sunken in
ones?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you go on over. You get a closer look.
Okay.
And you said you rolled a dirty 20?
For investigation, yes.
Yeah. Give me a nature check as well, please.
Okay. Oh, nature. Oh, that's a 10.
Okay. Around the grave, there's no seeming. There's nothing that seems to have disturbed it. No footprints necessarily. There's footprints in and along, but nothing that the grave itself does not look like it's been disturbed externally.
Okay.
Obviously, he walks around here and does stuff and mans the grounds and keeps the grounds. But with your nature and investigation together, splitting the difference, I would say that the only way a grave would do that would be if there was a void under or something was removed under and the ground would sink.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Too bad Wheeler's not there. I know a lot about digging.
How soft is the dirt?
Pretty hard. Like those have been there for some time. They're not new graves.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna hop the fence again. Well, actually, can I do one other thing?
Sure.
I would like to look around the base of the mayor's statue and just see like why is there like, you know, just like kind of see like what's up with it.
Sure. I'll allow your 21 still. It's fairly new, obviously. It's only been 4 days, I think I said, since he passed.
Yeah.
So it had been carved maybe a day after that, so it's only been around for 3 days. So it's newer wood.
Yeah.
It is a statue on like just like a marble block.
Okay.
It's been affixed to, and it has the Jenkins Johnson plaque on the front. Other than that, you don't see anything else.
Does it look heavy?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going too hard on this. I'm just gonna Nexus will just hop the fence again and just kind of like wait outside for her friends.
All right. And I would say around that time you come around and you all meet up front.
Where does Sully go?
Just outside.
Okay.
Nexus is going to.
The crowd has dispersed now in the front.
Yeah, Nexus is gonna kind of come up to especially these two and say, I believe that something is taking things out of the graveyard, but not from the top. They are being removed from somewhere in the bottom.
Who'd you go to?
You two.
There's a.
I think.
Wait, they're digging?
I think they are. And Nexus will like kind of smile.
I can try to confirm this.
However, the presence of the action of removing something from the bottom indicates that there is an accessible way that action is happening, which would indicate some sort of passage or cavern.
Or tunnels?
Somewhere underneath the town, yes.
Okay, I have theories, right? The mine collapsed on its own, from what I can tell, but that doesn't mean that the mine's not actually directly connected to the town and under it. I could go to 10 Town and dig a hole and go under it and see if it connects.
I don't think. That would be a long time.
Or them.
Sorry, yours was a two-part thing. I forgot about the investigating the hovels. Did you want to still not do that yet?
My honest suggestion was could we do like an Aaron Sorkin walking meeting and like kind of just like walk down that path
we
as
can
like,
walk and chat,
sure. As we go.
Sure.
The only thing with that, and it makes sense absolutely, is that Wedler spotted a bit of blue material on the spikes, which made me think that he'd come out in the graveyard and then had bunny hopped out.
But that was just his. His was the only grave that was open. The rest of them were closed the last time we visited. So Jenkins seems to be crawling out.
And everything is going.
Wait.
Or maybe they all crawl out of Jenkins' hole.
I mean, I wouldn't have gone from. I mean, if you think about where stuff is in the town, the mine's further. I mean, there are small houses near. If you were going to dig, you want the shortest distance possible.
I would go to 10 Town and dig straight down and then over.
Yeah, but there's lots of people there and they're in tents, so it's going to be difficult to hide. If you had one of these houses here, you could just sink a shaft and then dig.
I was just going to dig in the bottom of 10. Dig down.
No, I mean is that if there is an existing shaft, it's more likely to be in one of those little places near the graveyard because it's a smaller distance.
Into the shaft, not finding. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Are we going to go around and just tap on each home?
No. But I'm saying if I was going to dig a hole into the graveyard, I would want to dig the shortest hole possible because digging's hard.
What's like the garage thing that's like right behind the
like
graveyard?
a shed?
As you start to walk around, you all are walking around, approaching that area. You haven't really been in that area yet.
No.
These all appear to be either current residents who have bought or also for rent. So if you wanted to rent a cabin here, you could per day for a fee. And the ones that are for rent are numbered.
Okay.
And then that one is just a nicer
A nice
cottage.
Okay. Is it being rented?
It looks lived in.
When we were back there, well, two questions in one. One, when we were in Leroy's helping the sheriff.
Yeah.
And two, when we placed the body down in the grave in the Undertaker area place, did it seem like there was any cellars, anything, any accessible places potentially that could be seen?
Undertaker.
The Undertaker's right next to the cemetery, so the first thought is they have a way to get underneath, especially if he's hiding something.
Yeah. You saw a cellar door.
Oh, we did see a cellar?
Yeah, in both.
I don't think he's being bought, but he sure ain't being helpful.
No, I mean, I could do the eyeball thing and just try to take a peek and creak in his cellar.
There's something else I want you to do the eyeball for.
Okay.
I'll let you look at Smith and like, good idea?
It is. Did it look like they slept in that space in the Undertaker's, or was that a workplace?
It seemed like a workplace.
Okay. All right.
So they probably reside somewhere.
So if you wanted, we could come back at night. I can open it up and we can have a look then, because they ain't sleeping here.
True. You like to talk to objects. Clint's boot is an object.
I could talk to the shoe.
And if it's been walking around.
No, Clint's not of ours. But we got to nick it first.
But I do.
Oh, you gotta take
but
it off
in the
his foot?
meantime, I do still have.
Well, we know that went from the grave to it, but Clint has been walking around. It helps us know where it's been, if we can tell where it's been.
Because we don't know if the mayor was undead before he got put in the ground, and we don't know.
It was definitely the one he's wearing when he was walking around.
Yeah.
We need Clint's boot.
I think the idea is that we are aware that the mayor jumped the fence because of the treasure that Wedler found.
Yeah.
But what we do not know is where Clint was when Clint died 32 hours ago before we talked to him 3 hours
Give
ago.
or take.
Okay, so let's go back. So he fought with us when the bandits came to town.
Yeah.
He was also in the
He was in a casino with you. You said you played cards with him.
Yeah.
That's roughly 32 hours ago?
No, it's the same day. Well, we saw.
Is that roughly 32 hours ago? When they was like playing poker and when the bandits attacked? Or is that this day?
That was this morning. I went in and had a quick game of cards before we.
That was this morning.
Before the bandits attacked.
You are right. Okay, so he was dead before we got to town.
We had a night in town, so maybe. I mean, yeah, he was. I mean,
So the day he arrived,
the
day we arrived,
he was already dead.
he was shot that day. But potentially.
Again, give all my numbers are a bit rough.
What reason? Oh, he was shot because he was looking into Mayor Jenkins' death.
Yeah.
Which means he could have been shot long before we got here, and the ex-sheriff just didn't know.
No, he wasn't shot long before because I reckon he's been dead about a day and a half. So which makes me think.
But he was still shot before, I imagine, before we got to town, or at least right as we did.
Yeah, which makes me think he was getting close to something.
Why didn't he just tell us?
Well, he
didn't.
Probably didn't know.
Did he know?
A couple of things. Either he wasn't aware of what he was aware of, or whatever killed him and brought him back has some sort of influence over, and yet he seemed like he was on the up and up about not liking Yates.
I would like just some answers can get answered. I would like to go to the temple.
Yeah.
There's too much death. And the only other person who knows death is the person who tries to prevent it. And unfortunately, when we left Clint and the sheriff, one of the last things we said was contact the priest.
Yeah.
To get some healing, which makes me think there was connection, so we need to go talk to her.
All right.
We should go now.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we using the eyeball for?
Maybe later.
No,
Okay.
All right.
Temple?
Temple.
Can I go wherever you go?
Should
Yeah.
I go get the body again?
No, he's gonna get back.
Although, Archie, it may be advantageous for you to keep your nose out And if we pass anyone who smells tangy, perhaps you could report it to us?
I will absolutely snoot the patoot of everybody we cross.
Perhaps a bit more discreet. Maybe not so close.
Indeed,
Well-
secretions got it.
No. Okay.
Talking about not being discreet, and Mr. Smith looks down at his gore-covered frontage. Maybe I could get a clean shirt, because we're only going to upset people if I'm talking to them.
Wedler, do you have any fabric?
I've got a clean shirt in my bag. I haven't had 5 minutes to
bag.
change.
Then let's
Yeah,
change.
I just need to
Let's go change.
and
then
at least wash some of this.
Put you in your Sunday clothes.
let's go change and then
Sunday
we head to
best.
the temple.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're heading back to the inn to go change real quick.
Okay.
And then head. Sorry.
I do not think it is safe for us to go back to the inn knowing what we know.
We don't have any rooms.
Yeah.
I'm just going to
We
literally
don't-
just grab my bag and change in the,
Oh, you
the
don't have your
lavvy.
bag with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we've got nowhere to stay. We've got to pick up what we'd got, which we'd left at front desk, take it to town hall.
Cool.
I have to say, if we want a safe place to stay, I don't got one hideout just outside of town. A safe hole. It's a safe hole.
Why do you have one right outside this town?
It's not right outside this town. It's nearby. But I don't. Yeah, it's part of the tribe.
That is a £4 but the town hall is perfectly defensible if we secure it.
In the meantime, I think for the first thing, change quickly so we can actually.
Yeah.
Then
It's getting dark.
Yes, let's start. Go to retrieve belongings and
So
head either towards the temple, town hall, to drop it off, whatever.
Okay. Fast forward a bit. So you grab your stuff, you go to town hall, you drop it off. It's still in the same disrepair that it is, although Crick has obviously started to like pick things up,
yes,
and
you,
tidy
Crick.
up a little bit, and all the papers and so on. And the windows have been boarded up, and the door has been, boarded, kind of whatever. Just light repairs have been done. The sun is now starting to set.
And I was going to say to Craig, again, let me know if you get any. I mean, I'm sure there's many suggestions and concerns coming through. But
yeah, lots.
Yep. Thank you. And start heading
He has
towards.
a big smile on his face.
I'm going to toss him another gold coin.
This guy is so rich.
I'll toss him another gold coin.
No,
Okay.
he had a very good afternoon while we were busy.
Catches it, puts it in his butt.
Nasty.
I'll throw him a button.
A button?
Yeah, keep the change, buddy.
Puts it in his
Oh,
pocket.
are we doing that thing again?
Oh, I don't.
Another gold coin.
Crick grabs it.
All right.
He's gonna be wealthy by the time we're done with this town.
We're going to be poor.
You already
Someone
is.
deserves happiness in
Yeah.
the town.
Yeah.
Head towards the temple.
Okay. All right. You head down towards the temple, which is right next door to the town hall. Imagine that. And you get to the front entrance, and the doors are still open to the temple courtyard. You all stand in front. Like I said, the courtyard walls are about 8 feet tall, and there are 2 large doors. Let me just give you the awesome description that exists for this thing. I say awesome because Teddy wrote it.
They're up for Teddy. Bro, I love it.
I started making noises.
A rough stone walled courtyard 9 feet high surrounds a small single-story building with a high steeple. The entrance is through 2 large and thick oaken doors. A wooden plaque nailed into the stone wall has writing on it. The first line of writing on the plaque are vertical lines in various patterns. Underneath is writing in common, "Welcome are those who need Ramus's guidance and protection." On the doors are 2 brass door knockers designed of large eagle heads. The artistry is exquisite.
This is the same place I went to.
Yep.
Okay.
Any stinky butts between here and
The
there?
knockers. is that what
Oh,
Knockers.
wow.
you're so British. I think we purposely put like Britishisms in here, fannies and knockers and all kinds of things for you. That's hilarious.
What'd you say, Archie?
I said, any stinky butts between here and there?
Any stanky butts?
You know, tangy feet,
Nope.
stanky
No, not like
butts,
that.
slipper nipples.
Reaching here, Sully just kind of pauses and like just takes a breath. Don't really think he needs to take a breath, but he takes a breath. All right, I'm not really sure. Something's going to. Let's just go. And he's going to attempt to push. Well, he's going to mage hand and try to push the door open.
Okay. The door opens. No, sorry, the doors are open.
Oh, sorry.
The temple is still open.
He's
this
going
time.
to place his actual hand against like the opening.
Yeah, it stops.
He does that. That was my fear.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
What is this supposed to mean? What's happening?
Sometimes there are places Sully can't go, and this is one of them.
I don't need to hide anything from y'all, and I've already told you. Most holy places are sanctuaries. And in a place like the Wild West, the Wasted West, you never know what comes. So you need a true line of defense.
So this is an actual working...
This is hollowed.
And he looks up and goes, why? And then just walks through the door.
Spiritual places make me nervous. Can I stick with you?
Don't do me everybody.
We're only going to be in a couple of minutes. My main concern is the Merriff got taken back to his place.
Who? Oh.
He wasn't being brought here. Clint had gone here to go and get the priest to go and... So, I mean, if you want, you can wait here. We'll probably only be a few minutes, or you can go back to his... All right, okay.
What if we just pop down to the... No, okay.
All right. Yeah, all right, okay.
Wait.
Nexus looks at Sully goes, I do not know how the rules of corporality work in such circumstances, but what if you were to fill your boots with the dirt from the road, and then you would be walking on the dirt from the road and not on the hallowed ground, and therefore I believe that would be constituted as a loophole.
I mean...
Just smiles. I don't think the physical is what matters, but it's a good thought.
All right, and then Nexus will sit down like crisscross applesauce next to Sully, and she's gonna reach into her bag. She's gonna pull out that kind of like shoebox clockwork situation that she's been working on here and there, and just kind of start fiddling with it, and look at Mr. Smith and say, "You seem capable of handling this line of questioning yourself."
All right, okay, you two on me.
And I'm going to. It's not going to matter because it's going to be more than a minute, but I'm going to still cast a lure on you, just give you a little bit of a boost in the next minute.
Just a hair, just in the breeze.
Okay.
It helps with the charisma check.
Who's entering the courtyard?
I believe.
I think it's the three of them.
Okay. There is a sense of calm as you enter this courtyard. It's a large courtyard filled with grass, blooming flowers, berry bushes, cherry blossoms in full bloom, and there's a bird bath trickling water into the basin in the center. You hear birds chirping, and you hear the quiet and comforting hum of insects. And you see fireflies every once in a while glittering through. This is something you haven't seen since you were east of the mountains, if you ever have been. If you've been in the wasteland or the Dreadlands this whole time, this is something you have only read about.
You see Shiv, like, along the way, like, sniff one of the flowers. He didn't see it because he was so focused the first time.
Sure. Yeah.
This is nice. Is this what temples are normally like?
It's a bit unnatural is what it is, but it's not how it is in the wasteland.
You see Archie's just agape.
See what I mean?
Yeah. Is there a collection box?
Nothing you can see where it is right now. But in the back of the courtyard, you see a tall, white and brown feathered, bird-like humanoid. Kind of tending and looks like perhaps pruning some trees.
I will walk over to them.
Yeah. And they turn around and say, greetings again.
Hello
It is good
there.
to see you.
Would it be priestess or what would be the appropriate?
Well, you can decide and I'll tell you.
I forgot to ask you, my apologies, do you prefer the title of priestess, reverend, priest?
You can just call me Dekus.
Dekus?
Yes.
Afternoon. Sorry, evening. Evening.
I don't even remember the voice I did for Dectus last time.
Yeah.
I don't. I think it was.
Yeah, she was a little. She was very
birdie,
fluid.
right?
Yeah, smooth and pretty.
Yeah.
It's been a long day. Sorry, evening.
Yes, of course.
I'm Mr. Smith.
Yes.
The mayor and Sheriff Sullivan asked me to come and have a quick word. If you've got a minute.
Yes.
We asked somebody to come and have a quick chat with you about potentially lending assistance to
The sheriff.
Yeah.
Yes. The Knoll creature.
Did he walk?
Yeah.
But he came. They came.
How? When?
Earlier in the afternoon.
All right. How long was he here?
Not long. Maybe half an hour.
Anything weird about him?
Other than the fact that he was almost dead.
He was almost dead.
Well, he was not well.
You say he was not well?
Yeah, he was had holes and stitched up and gravely injured. The old mayor.
The mayor? No.
Who are you speaking
Our
of?
buddy
Sorry,
Clint.
Yes.
The Knoll?
Yes. Came to get me to attend to the mayor.
Oh, yes.
I apologize. I'm confused.
I'm sorry.
Yes, Clint, the Knoll character,
Yes.
came to get me.
Yeah.
I went to the mayor's home.
Oh, right.
And I saw the mayor, and he was gravely injured.
Yeah, sorry. I wasn't asking about the mayor. I was asking if Clint was all right, and he seemed a bit weird.
Well, no.
I mean,
Yes,
yeah. I mean,
but-
apart from the office.
Yes.
But
He's right. He's just turned up dead.
he was able to come over
Clint,
here.
not.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
And I was wondering whether or not he got jumped. Sorry,
I'm
Archie, I
being rude.
didn't.
I'm sorry. I'm a bit fascinated by the flora. Clint was able to come in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He walked.
Why wouldn't he be?
I don't know your faith.
Yes.
Could you, in the metaphysical pantheon of morality, where would you say you are more? Are you? I mean, this seems like a really nice place.
Thank you.
And I'm not getting
I take
any
great
like,
care.
slightly dodgy feelings about it. So,
Sure. I
Ramus, is it?
that.
Is it one of the good ones?
Seems like it was the god of protection.
I'm not
and-
up on my, religion.
Oh, it is all right. I don't mind educating.
Yeah.
When the time comes. Remus is the goddess of flight, the winds and protection for my people. Her avatar is a golden skin-like bird, humanoid, silver wings, and brown feathers. So yes, one of the good ones.
Sorry.
And you can see that the priest is wearing a pendant, silver feather necklace opal pendant.
So after the Knoll approached you about the sheriff and you went to go attend to him, did he not attend with you? Did he not follow you?
Yeah. He came with me to the home. And
he came in here where we are currently.
Yes, of course.
And just a look passes between Shiv and Mr. Smith of, thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Do you have a donation box?
Yes, of course, just inside.
I'll just...
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is she lying to me?
Inside check.
I love him so much.
22.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course.
And
thank you.
One last thing. How is Aurelian doing at the moment?
I did some healing.
Yeah.
All his grave injuries are better. Whoever patched him up did a very good. But I healed him from the inside. And,
I did my best.
But he needs rest.
Yeah. All right.
There is a little wisp, and this is not like meta anything. This is something that I was going to ask. I have the ability to do so. Thanks for the level up. There's a wisp of smoke, very faint, that enters Mr. Smith's ear as I cast a message.
Okay.
And I say, I don't know what you've done. I need to know if Yates has been in this area.
Is it 25?
It's not. It doesn't have. The message does not have a limit.
Does it not?
Nope. It gets whispers a message. Sending has 25.
Sending, yeah, but message is
Right, message can't be responded to, though.
Message can be responded.
You have to see him point, and we are sort of
Yes.
recognise. Presumably, most of the town is member of your clergy. I would have thought.
So are you?
Most of the town is member of your clergy.
No.
Really?
No, very few.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why operate out of here if you're not?
I mean, 6 years ago, Sheriff Baralian saved me. I was caught in a storm, and he brought me in and protected me, and for that reason, I built a temple to my god to bring light and protection to the place.
Is Mr. Yates one of your clergy?
No.
Okay, that's everything. Thank you very much.
You're very
Have a lovely
welcome.
evening. And then I will go to the...
Yes. The wings of Remus protect you.
May she always shine upon you.
Yes, why, thank you.
Before we leave, I turn to...
Put a couple of silver in the box.
What was... I'm sorry.
There's a whisper back.
Decus.
Yeah.
Could I ask you for an honest answer?
Yes, of course.
Does my bum
May I...
Sorry.
Do not pull a gun on
What do
her.
you think of Mr. Yates? I feel as... unfortunately, we've not had any good responses from anybody else or any honest responses from anybody else. And you being one of the clergy, and I feel someone who's of good character.
It takes all kinds to make the universe go round.
Right. And in this case, what kind is he?
That's not for me to say. I am not the judge.
Oh, no, it's not. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then before he walks out, he will take another 10 gold and then drop it into the alms box and look at the goddess, and she goes, "You know what I want." And then walk out.
Okay. It's a lot of coin. Make sure you remove your coin.
Yep.
I'm on my...
And that is where we're going to take a break.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Oh boy.
All right, we'll see you in a bit.
Do you miss playing Dungeons & Dragons, or just have a hard time finding a group in your hometown? Maybe you just wish you could play more. On Discord, we created a community of over 100 people who are playing D&D around the clock. By integrating Discord and D&D Beyond, we're able to provide an immersive experience that is the first of its kind. You can create a character from 1st to 15th level, and then roleplay 24/7 in our Discord channels while combating monsters, crafting weapons, training new skills, and searching for items across our campaign world. You'll also have the chance to participate in random combat encounters and go on monthly virtual quests. Ever wanted to try your hand at being a dungeon master? Or maybe you're an experienced dungeon master and just want the chance to run more adventures. As a community DM, you can run encounters and virtual quests for the community based on monthly modules written by our very own accomplished plot team. Join us.
Join us. Check it out. Join the Discord.
Join us!
Join us.
And let's create incredible stories together.
Is the money really worth all this?
It's not about the credits. I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
I bet you have.
You're not getting the drop on the villains with sounds like that. Your game needs Sirenscape. The Sirenscape online player has a huge library of epic sounds for any situation. Epic games need epic sound. Go to Sirenscape.com to get started today.
It is said that the ancient Forge Masters would infuse a part of their souls into their creations, imbuing courage, strength, and grace with each strike of the hammer. But somewhere, deep in a dwarven hall, the last of the Forge Masters is hard at work.
favorite thing about using Shard Tabletop for this game was how accessible everything is and how everything is just at a glance. I do a lot of work with like accessibility, especially for disabled and neurodivergent people in the TTRPG community. And
Wastes of Chaos, the latest sourcebook from Kobold Press, gives you everything you need to create hard-hitting adventures in devastated lands far from civilization. From powerful new players options to ghastly villains and twisted locations. And with the Tales from the Wastes companion book, you'll get adventures uncovering the ruins of a world that was. Back Wastes of Chaos on Kickstarter today and bring Full Metal Havoc to your campaign.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are back from break. Where we left you was out in front of the... Okay, get it out.
We've hit that point. We're off.
All right. We're here.
I'm in the moment.
living in the moment.
Oh, okay. You said you wanted to...
Yeah. Are we back? We're back in the thing?
In the what?
In the game.
Yes, we're back in the thing. I think we've been doing it for a while.
Sure. As his friends, I kind of exit the temple grounds. Archie probably ain't seen nothing like this, never. And I just kind of want to go over to one of them pretty flowery bushes.
Flowery bushes?
Yep.
Got it.
And they got like real living flowers and stuff on
Oh,
them.
yeah.
As opposed to...
Like you've never seen. Beautiful cherry blossom trees.
Yeah, and there's just a bunch of things like this growing in here behind a big wall.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, just kind of touch one of them little flowers and sniff it a little bit.
Smells beautiful.
A bird.
And Decus, who is walking back to the temple currently, kind of turns and he says, "Yes, my child. What is it?"
A lot of people around that never seen nothing like this before, and you keep it behind a big old wall.
I protect it.
From what?
Death.
Everything outside these walls is hard and sharp, angry, hurtful. We keep all this pretty stuff, soft stuff.
Sometimes soft. Loving things need to be protected by thorns.
Yeah. I'm gonna take one of these flowers, okay?
You absolutely may.
Yeah, you like money, right? And just toss like 8 gold at it.
You come back anytime.
Much obliged. Just leave.
And oh my God! First of all,
Yeah.
oh,
Yes.
Inspiration.
please.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bro.
Archie smells of flowers. Stop.
Please.
I'm
it
inspired.
Almost breaks down the wall because the flowers are being hidden. Just at the entrance, seeing he's going to be standing there, and he's going to send a message to Decus. And he's just going to say, I would love to have a conversation with you at the town hall at your most convenient convenience. There are reasons I can't enter, and I would like to have a conversation to explain things.
His head kind of tilts back, and its eyes narrow, taking you in. I will meet you. Now.
If you have the time.
I always have the time for the flock.
We're gonna head back to town hall.
You watch as she like low and flip into the air.
Whoa.
She flies up and across and arcs over towards the inn.
Do we all see that?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna say, I need to have a real conversation.
With us?
We go, y'all can be there, but I guess. And I can't get closer.
Town hall, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
If you don't mind, Sheriff, perhaps some of us could look after some of the other points that we had thought of. If you want to have a conversation with her, I really don't know if I have any other questions I can ask or really find out.
I'm gonna look at the party. I mean, I'm not stopping you, but I think
Just letting you know that it's probably where we're going to be simply because we don't seem to have any more time with your trial in less than 24 hours.
Well, Decus has said that they checked in on the sheriff and did a bit of healing, and he's doing all right. So that's.
But now there's no one to watch him. He's one only person that we thought would be his protector.
Yes,
now
good
no
idea.
longer
Actually, we
there.
might have to set watches.
if y'all want to go check in,
Yeah, but we better go and do that now.
I'll go talk
You
to
go.
her.
All right. Who do you want?
Honestly.
Bagsy, not Wheedler.
If I'm being honest, I probably should do it alone.
That's fine. All right. Come on, you four.
If you don't mind, perhaps it's better two of us go and check out the ruins properly, if you don't mind. I know you said, well, not properly, I meant...
No. Look, if there is some great big gribbly git under there, the last thing I want is you two going down there on your own. Right? Let's check in, see what's going on, because if the sheriff has been done in already, I am getting out of here.
Deal.
All right. Go on me.
Nexus just starts shoving stuff like back in her like rucksack. She's like trying to like hurry up and follow behind everybody else.
Be a little mage hand that pets Archie before Sheriff. Shimon. Before the sheriff. Head towards Donald.
Sully.
Yeah.
Just to make it a little easier, in case, can you deputise me?
Can I be deputized?
Can I be deputized?
No, okay. No.
Can he be deputized?
He's a bailiff.
Can I be the head of the bank?
Wow.
Wow.
I'm going to hand.
Like he starts cutting stars. He rips up pieces of paper, starts cutting stars to give to everyone.
This isn't a Winterfest. You can't just write your wishes on a piece of paper and expect
Stop. This is bad. I'm going to hand Smith my actual star.
You are now the sheriff.
No.
It's just for if they have
Yeah.
physicality. Yes.
No.
You are my Deputy Smith.
He looks at you expecting, are you going to ask me anything so I can answer? We're going to do this properly, or...
Would you like to be my deputy in this place called Hell's Bank?
I promise to uphold all the rules of this dreadful place and do your rule.
Typically would say this is great. I don't give a...
I know. For my own sense of proprietary.
Should you take a knee?
Fine. No, that's gonna be a sense of.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Cornelius Smith. You have been charged to be my right hand to help serve this town and all who live within it, to uphold the law, to uphold justice, and above all, to uphold truth, happiness, and make sure that nothing gets in that way.
I, Cornelius Smith, do so swear to uphold the oath that you have placed before me. And puts the badge on.
Nexus
Now
claps.
kiss.
Your name is Cornelius?
Our dad's
There's the line.
I like smack his little face, like pat his face with my mage hand.
Right, come on.
You will.
Go on, you four.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you go to the town hall. Is everybody going to the town hall?
No, they're all going with him to actual sheriff's house.
Are we all wearing fake badges
Yes.
now?
Absolutely.
To Borellians.
We're going to check on Borellian because he was supposed to be watched
By
by
Clint.
Clint, and Clint is dead.
And
Yes.
deputies are not
Yes.
yet back.
Where exactly are you going to the sheriff's house?
Do we know
not
that?
know?
You do not know where the sheriff's house
Wait.
is. You're probably right.
Would it be in the book?
I might know.
Possibly.
Oh, Archie. Archie would know.
Archie would know.
I've been kind of spying on these.
Y'all messy.
History check.
History check. History's not my strong
He's been
suit.
sleeping in everybody's beds.
Well, we'll call that a you help me. Can't you help me?
I'll start looking through the book. So that's +5.
Oh, yeah. Well, in that case, we were at a 14.
Okay. With a 14, you know he lives on the north side of where the hovels are, and usually their names are over the buildings, or if they live there, so you'll find his name over the hovels.
Oh, the rentable places that you were talking about? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
It's that
cool.
one.
So we will, with these lot in tow, as they're pinning anything shiny to their chests.
Super cool deputies.
Yeah, as soon as
Deputies. Yeah, we will head over.
Okay. All right. Let's do that first. So you all start to head over to that area. Are you taking the main road?
Yes.
Okay. You take the main road south and you dip in beside the blacksmith shop. You go left and then go right across. And third one from the left on the bottom is above it it says Brownian.
Okay. And I will just go in because I'm not expecting anybody other than the sheriff to be there in his bed.
Okay. You go in and it's locked.
Which doesn't make any sense.
Tap, tap, tap.
No answer.
Oh, that's
I am performing a welfare check, he says out loud, as he drops to one knee, pulls out a small roll, again, of oiled leather, unties it, rolls it out, and there's a series of picks and rakes, and he starts to unlock the...
Okay. Pick check.
I've never seen doctor's tools like that before.
Oh, that's a different performance. That's a different trait.
Oh.
That would be 24.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, with a 24, doesn't take long. Unlocks.
Draw that.
Aye, Captain.
Pulls out dagger and just handle and pushes it.
Yep. Okay. Opens up. It's quiet in there. There is a single lantern lit. The sun is pretty much almost down now. And it is quiet inside, although you do hear a deep breathing sound, like a sleeping individual.
Okay.
I go over to the bed. I don't want to touch him.
So you go in, and basically in these hovels, they're all laid out the same, which you would know because you've only been in one. But the idea is kind of a sitting area / kitchen area. Sitting area in front of a fireplace in the front. In the back is a bit of a kitchen area. And then there's a ladder up to a loft. And there's a bed, and you can see a footlocker and things up there
and
with the
the
railing.
breathing is coming from the bed. Okay.
And it looks like there's a mass in the bed. Okay, stealth check.
Oh, a stealth check.
Well, you did this. I
Yeah, you're right. I don't want to wake him.
I'm sniffing.
I rolled a 22.
Okay. With a 22, you go up and it's Sheriff Baratheon. And it's Baratheon.
That never ends well.
Yeah. Okay. He looks like he's breathing. He looks like he's resting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Does he look? Oh,
you're not there.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's him. He is drawing breath.
should you go and have an actual proper look?
I'm gonna have a quick look here.
Okay.
Let's go down.
I will again try and be quiet because if he is
Stealth
sleeping
check,
rather than
sure.
conscious,
Or is that Archie? Do your thing.
that's 25.
Okay, with a 25, yeah. You disappear into there. You even don't hear him go up the ladder.
Go ahead.
What do you do?
And I will, without laying hands on him, try and observe his current condition.
Yeah, medicine check.
And this is his home, right? This is where
Yeah,
he
this
normally
is his abode.
stays.
Yeah.
14.
Okay. With a 14, he looks like he's breathing healthfully.
Yes.
Doesn't sound like he's having any issues from the lung puncture at this stage. You can see that the healing has actually healed up the physical wounds.
Yes.
And so the stitches have fallen out in the areas that you can see, especially in his neck.
Yeah.
But it looks like he's sound asleep.
And I will ghost back down.
Okay. Like Sully does through the floor? I know, yes, got it.
And I will come outside.
Yeah. And it appears like there is like a cup of water at his bedside table, and it looks like somebody's been taking care of him.
And I will shut the door.
Nexus.
Yeah.
Do you think there might be some other information in his own home?
Well, we could always look. I can't imagine that he wouldn't keep the
Some sort of-
important stuff at the sheriff's office, but
We were here to check on him and to make sure he was okay.
Right.
He's okay. The fact that the door was locked worried me, but presumably the priest had got a key and had locked it on the way out. However, that might have been Clint, which means that key is now in the possession of whoever did Clint.
You can't lock it back up with your tools.
I can. It's more difficult, but I can.
Okay.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to see if he smells tangy.
Okay, perception check.
Oh, that would be a nat 20.
Ooh, nat 20.
23.
The nose knows.
No tanginess. Not in the place, not on him, nowhere in this area.
Just smells like normal button feet.
I have a thought.
Yeah.
Some of these houses on this road for rent, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They're empty. Everybody knows this is the sheriff's house. What if we take him to an empty one? That way, if anybody comes back, he's not here. We hide him.
Yeah. That is a good idea. But the thing is, I want anybody to come for him to do so where everybody is aware that they've come for him and we make a big fuss of it. So we are posting guards, all right? It would have been Clint, it would have been the deputies. Neither of them are here, so we're going to have to do it.
I have a...
We take him to the tent city, the tent place. No one's going to go there.
What if... He goes through his pockets and pulls out a kind of flat rock, probably something that's nice and smooth. He was working on it earlier when somebody was like, can you imbue something? And you can see he's kind of carved an eye, crudely, into the front of it. And he goes, I have an idea. He puts the rock in the sheriff's hands and just kind of closes it around it. And gives him a new amulet that makes him invisible.
Yes.
Okay. So he goes invisible, and it currently looks like there's sheets on top of nothingness, like the shape of a human, except from the sheets up.
Yeah, start.
All right.
Just take it.
Take the sheet. Oh.
Does he have to activate it though, or can you activate it? The amulet. Doesn't matter. It's cool.
I was
Allow
about to
it.
say, technically, I think they have to like activate it.
That's fine.
Because that's kind of how it works. Is like you kind of cast the spell. But if nothing else, Wedler would like to leave it in his hands because if something goes wrong and he wakes up, it could help. It could help.
Okay. Wedler, Shiv, could you have a quick look at some of these near houses and just see if any of them are currently unoccupied? Because if I'm going to post a guard, I'm going to post an obvious guard, and then I'm going to post somebody who's not obvious, and that'll be in one of those properties. All right.
Yeah.
And Nexus will say, and also see if you can spot if any of them were Clint's houses.
Okay.
I would have thought, because he's only been here a few days, he might have been sent to the tavern, but we don't know. So
Wedler pulls the other eyeball, the glass one, grasps it in his hand, and does that nice little cantrip, avert the eyes, and Wedler takes your hint and goes looking.
Are you able to set up anything either mechanically or hand-wavily that would indicate the door had been opened?
Nexus thinks for a second. I have a number of options. I could create a paper construct that would remain active for 24 hours and could, in some cases, guard the door. Or I could... Oh, no, because I guess it would be far away. I think that might be the only thing that I could do. But I could do that.
I'm not sure a paper pigeon will do much, but it's. I was thinking more if you if the door opened and you, in your head it went a wibble. I know some people can do that. It's a good thing to learn if you. But anyway, all right, okay.
I could talk to the door and ask the door to not open.
Can doors do that?
I can talk to
you
anything.
hear from nowhere. Invisible. There's like, Catie, can you do that? Because you push it open and stops.
If you nail them shut, they will.
Okay, I'm going to try and rejig this lock and unlock it.
Would you like me to speak to the door?
Let's save that for another time.
If I may suggest something I'm capable of doing, perhaps, and as you mentioned, you needed a guard or a sentry that cannot be seen. And he looks over at the church, at the temple, and notices there's a clock tower up there. And suggests,
I mean, if you've got a bead from there, that'd do it. All right, off you pop.
What's the range on your... Oh, it doesn't matter. We'll figure that out when the
I
time
did,
comes.
just now.
Okay, cool.
I can do it.
That's dope.
Oh yeah, we stand a shooting sharper.
Be careful, Shiv.
Wedler has another idea and kind of appears before he leaves. He goes, wait, have you ever, what do they call ink? Where you stamp your hands, your fingies?
Fingerprint.
Yeah.
What's the range?
320.
Is there a map, is there a mat at the door?
Of which door?
The either on the outside or the direct inside of the front door of his hovel, the sheriff's place.
I'd say there's like a quilted mat in the inside.
Perfect. Wedler pulls out a canteen, wets it.
Yeah.
Then he goes in another pouch and he pulls out what's probably like dirt and ash and something dark and gross, and kind of sprinkles it and rubs it around on the mat. And then he puts his foot on it, and then he puts his foot on the floor and makes like a stamp. So anybody that steps on this mat coming in the front door will leave tracks behind them.
Very nice.
Nice.
That's good.
Billy goes, it's just a little trick. Sometimes I play. No, that's not true. Nobody ever plays with me. But I just thought, I'm so sorry, Sheriff. Sheriff, I thought it was a good idea.
No, it's all right. Okay. He's going up there. He's going to look. Were any of those houses empty? The ones nearest.
I will find out. Eyeball, invisibility, running.
Okay. How are you determining whether... Actually, let's go back over here. As you're standing in front, Decus lands and says, and looks at you and then looks at your eye and kind of takes you and he says, all right, shall we?
Yes. And he'll step in and open the door and hold the door open for me.
Yeah, all right. And as you enter, Crick kind of nods at you and then nods at Decus, and Decus nods back.
And I'll say, we're going to be upstairs. Let me know if anything is important or of urgency.
All right.
Thank you. And he will head upstairs to the room, through the lounge room, basically. Still like old, right? Back in an old office. It's great. And as it gets in, and once Decus, I assume, walks through, he will close the door. He will just maintain the door closed. And this is just for security's sake. They'll lock the door. And he'll.
Are you alone? Or are you with?
I'm with Decus.
And okay.
And nobody else is at. Yes.
Okay.
And Decus has like a kind of like a bit of a really
thick staff that kind of walks around with.
And I was like, please, if you like a seat.
I will stand. Thank you.
As you can see, I wasn't able to enter your grounds.
Yes.
I say this because I believe honesty is important. I could have hidden that. I could have made excuses, but that serves no purpose other than a purpose that could be my own, but it's not. I was not expecting to become the mayor/sheriff of this town. I've already been one of those, and sometimes your service is taken from you, but that's neither here or there. I do have concerns, but I wanted to speak to you. Clint was murdered, but he seemed to already be dead. Have you ever heard of that?
Murdered, but already dead.
Smith, the one who came in for you with the bowler hat.
Yeah.
He is quite good at ascertaining medical issues.
Yes.
And when the body showed up in front of the undertaker's office, we took it in the back, and he did quite well of a thorough search. Noticed that the body had been dead for, at the very least, about 30-something hours.
Right.
With bullets in his stomach. But they were already long dead. Rigor mortis.
New character.
A new necromancer character.
Shout out to this rigor mortis and stiffness already came way too fast for someone who just died an hour ago.
Yes. I have heard of those that are alive, of course, like us, and those that are dead, and those that are in between. I've never heard of anyone who was all of the same time.
I mean, I'm a not-so-living example of something that is in between, but...
Yes, what are you exactly? I've never seen something like you. Stuck, yes.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know. I opened my eyes above ground, floating, couldn't really find physicality. And when I finally did, it sometimes doesn't stick. I've learned to hold it a little bit, but it's not always. I can't tell you why I'm like this. I know that outside influences can help, change, alter. I've seen a lot when I was a sheriff back in my own town. I haven't seen what I am before. And as I talk, you'll see like flavor in my hand like goes incorporeal with that smoke, that ash. There's a heat, a slight heat to it, and it comes back.
How long have you been like this?
If I had to guess, maybe in a year or so.
You can tell they look at your kind of your right eye, which is the ethereal blue, and then they look in your left eye and they see that kind of there's this creeping sort of sensation, or
yeah.
And they say, what are you afraid that you are transitioning, but slower than others?
I don't know what this is, and I don't know if there's a time limit.
Huh.
And there are things I have to do, have to find. And I'm a little afraid that time will run out, and I'll be nothing but smoke.
What is it that you have to do?
Not here.
What do you seek? Is it retribution, vengeance, peace, love, purpose?
I seek to know why this happened to me. I seek to know and handle those who make this happen. And I seek to dismantle everyone who had a hand in the destruction of the place I love. And I seek to know where my son is.
Well, I can sense that you have a good heart. I sense light. I sense that you are aligned with the will of Remus and protection. You've taken on a big task here, and you didn't have to. We have walked similar paths, lost, and then found purpose to protect others, yes?
And that's why I wanted to speak to you in private. Because I am afraid and fear that there's someone in this town who doesn't walk that same path. And I'm afraid that at any second he's going to be able to take control. And the person who trusted me with what I have now, this title, specifically told me not to trust him.
Who is him?
The one you all call Yates.
I have gathered that, from your companions' questions. It is clear he is untrusted. He has never set foot within the courtyard.
And I wonder if he can.
I also wonder such things. I am not jury nor executioner. I am not judge. But he is not human. I sense it. There is something nefarious about him. But you already know that.
He thrives on his control.
It's deeper than that. Much, much deeper.
But with what he has, he gets by. Because no one knows.
Or no one cares to take him on.
You start to see some smoke appear in his eyes. If he has a connection, and I suspect that he does, to those who affected me, who came in this town and caused the ripple that now has hurt Borrelia in order to gain some kind of upper hand, then I'll take him on.
I don't doubt it. Borrelian is a good man. I am here because of him. He has served this town. Even when he didn't need to. I see much of him in you. And which is why I think he asked you to do what you have done.
Then can I ask a favor, just for performance sake? There's going to be a meeting. I've been summoned by court to see if I should be the one running this town. Not something I'm asked for, but we all know that if I or someone doesn't have that, and Beryllion can't, then Yates will attempt to step in. If there's a way, I don't know the magic that the divine hold, but if there's a way to bless this area or even just make a circle to keep those like me and potentially him out, at least it'll prove that he is more than he say he is. And yeah, he might have bought people, but some people thrive on fear. And if they're scared of him, not because he's intimidating, but because he might be the monster, then that might shake things up just enough to keep him off of the throne that he wants so bad.
Yes. Well, you have to understand that there's a level of neutrality in order to serve a flock that I must keep. That said, it sounds like you need answers, and I am about helping to provide answers. Where is the body of this one you speak of?
Currently, last left in the Undertaker shop.
Meet me there in half an hour.
Let's hope it's still there.
We'll see.
The door will click and push open.
Okay. Walks
Thank
out.
you.
Flies away. Okay.
Get smoke is coming out of his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
So
I got choked up.
Wedler is just literally going to go house by house and peer in the window, totally creeper style, but he's
Yeah.
invisible, so you can't see him. And he's
Sure.
just,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he's just trying to take in as much information as he can.
Sure.
Yeah, he's just going to peep. He's
Yeah.
peeper.
Yeah. They're all laid out the same.
Okay.
There are, I'd say, half of them are unoccupied.
Okay. What about the occupied ones?
Um,
Do I see anything strange in the occupied ones?
You recognize just people who live there. Some of them.
Yeah.
Some of them have drapes pulled. Some of them are just sitting in the living room. Some of them are cooking.
But nothing suspicious.
Nothing suspicious. And you recognize some of the names from the people you know in town. That's pretty much it.
Great. Well, my task was to find the empty ones. So
Yes.
Wedler makes note of
Sure.
those.
Okay.
And he does so by being like,
The house with the blue roof. And the one with the door that has the crack in it,
and he, because he doesn't really number or sign.
Yeah.
And makes note of them and comes back to meet them.
Okay.
All right. Wedler?
Did you already go up in the tower?
I'll if nothing else happens, then he will just enter the tower.
Which tower exactly?
The temple's tower, the clock tower that's up there.
Okay.
If it's reachable, if it's something that you can go through and have a vantage point from.
Sure. So you go into, you approach the temple, and you start to walk through, and the priest is not there. You walk in the front door, and you walk through the sanctuary, and there's a door at the back, right behind the dais.
Mm-hmm.
But it is empty right now.
Okay. And before I go up it, I look around. Since no one's here, I walk up. look at the goddess, and I say, I hope you can forgive me for using your home for what's about to happen, or may happen. But sometimes certain things must be done. And then I walk past and then go up the tower.
Okay. And it's like stairs that obviously go up, and they're fairly rickety kind of wooden stairs. Not as kind of pristine as the rest of the outside is. And you get up, and it's not necessarily a clock tower, it's a bell tower. And so, yeah, I know, but the art's a little different. But anyways, it is open, and you can see, and you have fairly direct sight to at least 2 sides of that building. Not necessarily the front, as the door faces the road. So the road that's going between, obviously the stamps in Inkarnate are one way, but basically, so where you guys are in, the left and the back you can see.
Left, so towards the town hall I can see, and then...
Yes, and then towards the inn you can see.
Towards the inn?
Yeah.
Okay, so not going to...
You can't see the front door from where you are.
Front door of where
of their house, yeah, of their house.
Oh.
You can see the back end, yeah.
Got...
You can see
so,
the back end.
I see, that's where the front door is. Okay, got it. Understood. And before he settles in, you see Shiv take off anything that could be reflective, any shiny objects, and stow it away.
Nice.
And lean down as, I'm assuming there's at least some level of like a wall or something.
Yep.
And kind of just
Let
crouch
Shiv.
over, put the rifle on the wall for it to keep it steady, and then start looking out.
Give me a hide check with advantage for that creativity.
Nice.
What height? A stealth check?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. That stealth. 12.
Okay. All right. You think you've effectively done what you need to do?
Wedler makes sure when the door opens, he steps over the mat, not on it, since it's now a trap, and comes in and puts the eyeball away, and he pops back in and he goes, okay. I know things.
Okay. Specifically about the empty houses, which ones are they?
Blue roof, cracked door.
Okay. Imagine, this is the house we're in, and there's one there, one there. Point to the nearest one that is empty.
That one, and that one.
Right, okay. We're gonna go into the nearest one.
Okay.
So take these 2 into that house.
Okay.
If it's open, if not, just stay there. Don't do anything. I'll lock this house up.
Okay, don't step on the mat.
I won't step on the mat.
We'll this way. Should we get Sully?
Let's get in the house first, and then we'll sort that out.
Okay.
Right?
Wedler back and points. That one's the closest one, and it's empty.
Are we taking the sheriff with us now?
No,
I think we're leaving him to see if anybody comes back when we're setting a trap.
Yeah.
It's really hard to talk like a goblin and whisper.
This is so tense.
It's so
Is the door unlocked to to the nearest empty one?
No, they're all locked.
He said not to do it, but I want to do it. I wait.
Once they're at the property, I will step over the mat, I will shut the door, and then I will re-drop the...
Okay.
Down.
Okay, give me another lockpick check.
Of course.
I'm going to say with disadvantage because it is harder to lock than it is to unlock.
The lowest is 17.
Huh?
Nice.
And I turn round and I'm surprised to see them still standing there and not trying to
Trust me, we don't look like he might explode if you don't open this door.
And I will make my way over and, having ascertained that the
And
door
you're
is
watching
locked,
all this from your
I see them, right.
I will attempt to unlock that door.
Okay.
As this is happening, I'm also making sure in the surrounding areas, like no one else. At this point, it's fairly like closer. Is it sunset already?
Yeah, it's dark. Yeah.
It's dark.
Yeah.
So at this point, no one's really walking the streets anymore.
No, well, no, they are.
Oh,
there
there's still
are
people.
some. Yeah, absolutely. It's just night, so people are starting to go to the spinning coin, into the tavern, and the saloon, and
there's
so
a crowd, so-
most of the, well, not a crowd, but most of the action is heading towards the establishments that are still open. All the businesses have closed.
So it's basically 2 rows up from us.
Yeah.
Which house is it that we're at, Jason?
Let's say the one that you decided was, well, you tell me. You can just choose one that you think would be a good advantage, and I can tell you if it was empty or not.
Is this one empty?
Good question.
Is that one empty?
I pinged it. Oh, I say I pinged it.
Yes.
Okay, that'll be the one.
All right.
Okay.
Go.
I'm gonna put it in blue.
Yeah.
Oops, no.
So go ahead.
I was just going to ask, from where I'm sitting, could I also see the? I mean, do I have a decent vantage point of the bank?
Of the bank. It's a tough one because the town hall's kind of in the way, but I'd say you have advantage of the front door, and that's about it.
Okay.
I'd like to say that Archie's been pretty quiet this whole time, just kind of sniffing on his little pretty flower and letting the rabbits sniff it every now and again. Kind of falling along quiet. That's it.
Do you smell anything other than pretty flowers? Any tanginess in the air?
Do I?
Sorry?
Do I smell anything tangy in
On
the
the
air?
flowers?
In
No.
general, like in this area.
No. No.
Okay.
14 to open the door.
Yep.
Okay. You two go in. Wedler,
Yeah.
I need you to go and find Sully. Tell him what's happening. We are going to camp out here because I can't trust that this sheriff isn't going to get jumped tonight. All right?
Yeah.
What Sully decides to do is up to him.
That's right, because he's the sheriff.
Yeah. All right?
Yeah.
But if he gives you a message, run it back. All right?
That Wedler's the glorified messenger. Yeah, Wedler goes, hey, okay. Goes invisible. And
You two in there. Archie, I need to have a quick chat with you inside, all right?
All right.
You've not done anything wrong.
Thank you.
Mr. Smith, perhaps it may be more advantageous if I stay out front. I can see in the dark.
I can see in the dark as well. I don't want anybody to see you. That's why I want you in the property, all right?
Whispers in the dark. I can see in the dark too.
And go in and shut the door. Obviously not lock it because I need to get there quickly.
Sure.
And sit. Find somewhere that isn't going to collapse and get Archie to sit down.
Yeah. Yeah. At this time, you hear a bit of a creak from where you are at the top, and you watch as one of the orcs from the bank kind of leaves out the gate and closes the gate and like locks it with a key and puts a key ring on its belt and turns around and starts walking directly east.
Which way is
So
that
this way.
again? Oh.
No.
that's east, right? Like east is that half of the map. This is
East is towards the...
This is-
East is like diagonally downward.
right. So this is the north.
Yeah.
North,
This is east.
Yes.
This is west.
Yes. So directly east from the bank.
Okay.
Got it.
Oh, yeah. Down, basically down towards.
Past
In that
behind
direction.
Maddox Imports.
Yep.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Oh, I don't have any way to tell them.
All right. Okay.
I was going to say that once she leaves, I think it came down and asked, because I don't know, asked where Morellian stays.
Okay. Sorry, say that one more time?
I'm asking where Sheriff Morellian lives. I'm asking Crick.
Oh, checks his ledgers. In one of the cabins, over to the side of the hovels, just past attics.
And I'm going to go outside, but I'm not going to walk anywhere.
Yeah.
And this is right after she left. I'm just going to go kind of watch and just look out.
Perception check.
That is, I believe, 16.
Okay, what was your stealth check? 12. Okay, so you kind of start to look around, and you do get a bit of a glint in the clock tower.
Bell tower.
Beltar. I did it.
I'm gonna check them real quick. I believe that's more than close enough. Yeah. Okay.
And you watch the sheriff come out, and he kind of starts to look around, and he looks up.
And I just do a 2 fingers up.
And you hear in your ear, "What the heck are you doing?"
I can respond back.
Yeah, I'm not even. I look up and I just like look back out in the crowd, but
It's like 80 feet diagonal.
Yeah, but yeah, that's 120
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah.
Spell. Yeah.
He goes, "You have a lot of tricks, Sheriff."
Question, answer. What are you doing up there?
Well, the plan, it seems, is well, our fellow compatriots are over by where the sheriff was, and the plan is to stake it out so that way, if potentially anybody tries to come in and attempts any shenanigans, we will have some sort of a viewpoint. The sheriff has been moved.
How long can this
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
I was gonna.
How long is it? Sorry. Do we know? It's not 25 words?
No, it's not.
That's sending.
It's a message, so it should be like a sentence. And that's
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can keep casting. It's a cantrip.
Sure.
So
Okay.
I would just be like, all right, you cut off. Continue. All right, you cut off. Continue.
Okay.
And then
Sheriff has been moved to a different home. Or was.
No, he hasn't been. We left him. We set a
Oh.
trap in the house.
Okay, so-
We moved to a different home.
Okay, my apologies. Mix it up. I say that.
Yeah.
That was KP mixing it up.
you hear a sigh in your mind, in your ear, whatever. Okay. I have to meet the priest at the Undertaker's place in 30 minutes, maybe like 25 now. I want to say I'll let you do that, but that's worrying. But I trust that you, the deputy team,
Don't make that thing.
I think we found a name for our group.
That's it. Hashtag deputy.
Yes! Hashtag that.
I trust that you all have come up with a good plan. I will.
Oh, this is your deputy's plan, or your new sheriff that you appointed, plan, your right hand.
My deputy, yeah, Smith. Yes. Okay, great. Then stay there, and I'm sure you can do. You can shoot that? Or never mind. I'm sure you're doing great.
You look back out and you've lost track of the orc.
Oh, son of a bitch. I look around, and can I attempt to find him again?
Perception check.
Come on, buddy. Come
on. Would I have advantage from the vantage?
Nope.
No. All right. Well, that is.
It's dark.
I tried. I have night vision. I have dark vision.
Okay. No.
I got dark vision though.
Raise a hand who doesn't have dark vision here. Oh. What was it? The perception you said?
Yes.
That was an 8.
Yeah. No. Lost track.
Can I still send? Are you gone? You're gone?
I'm still there, but you can't respond 'cause I haven't started it.
Okay.
And where are all of you right now?
We are currently in
All in. All of you in the other.
Yes.
Across.
Except for Wedler, who was supposed to be meeting Sully.
Yeah.
I kind of headed down the road invisibly towards, I guess, the bank and town hall. So I probably would pass the orc if timing lines up.
Possibly.
Just
as me in front.
Just as a thing, then, because I can't find the orc itself, my eye will shift, or my sight will shift back to the house.
Okay. All right. And so, are you looking at which house are you looking at?
Where the sheriff
is. Okay. Currently is. Okay. All right. Wedler. Perception check.
Wheels.
Okay. Don't fail me now, dice. Well,
Oh!
I did. My rolls are awful tonight. 8.
You're telling me.
Okay. So you're kind of strolling along, invisible. Remember that your cantrip only lasts 3 rounds, right?
Correct, but it's a cantrip, so I'll just
Yeah,
kind of keep
sure.
casting it. But I'm gonna go. I'll flash in and out every 30
flashing
seconds.
in and out of
yeah.
existence. Yeah.
So I imagine when I flash in, I'll like hide around a corner.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Okay.
All right, and you make your way towards, and you see Sully standing outside of the town hall.
Okay. But no orc. I did not see the orc.
No.
Okay. Because this is Wedler, as Wedler passes the bank, there's a pause in invisibility where they contemplate whether or not maybe they should investigate the bank. And then they see Sully. Then they look back to the house where they were given instruction. Then they look back to Sully. And then back to the bank. And there's a lot of internal struggle. And he gives up as much as he wants to blow that bank up. Maybe next time. I pet those dynamite sticks once again. And then I go down, I guess, to Sully. And I still don't want to make myself too known. So I kind of tuck myself around the corner. And then I'll put the eyeball back in my pocket. And then go, psst, Sully.
I know that voice, right? At this point, I guess I don't even want to know where you are. What?
I'm right here. Peeked around the corner. We're holed up in an empty house, and the ex-sheriff is asleep. I made a giant ink pad. All is well.
Okay. I talked to Shiv, and he said, yeah, we're setting a trap or two.
I think we're afraid somebody's gonna come for the sheriff, so we wanted to try to catch them.
Well, that's a good plan.
What are you doing?
Find some time, I could come to y'all, but I feel like I feel like that ruins the plan you all have.
Well, since I'm a deputy, I gotta come with you.
Oh, you take a look. Sure.
Wedler looks really proud when you say sure. All I did was a little affirmation.
I have to speak with the priest at the Undertaker's office in about now. Okay, 15 minutes.
Can I maybe come with you?
That actually might not be a bad idea because if something does go down.
It never hurts to have a dust goblin at your back. Dust goblin at your back.
That's exactly how I was going to finish that sentence. I'm just going to start slowly walking towards the Undertaker's office.
I try to copy the way Sully struts down the street in a little, small version of that swagger.
So cute. Fan art,
so
please.
Right?
There's definitely a swagger. But as I walk, if the people aren't friendly, even if they're balked, he's still gonna nod and give
sure
a genuine smile.
Sure.
Try to bring some hope back to this desolate place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Back over to you. Can you give me another perception check, please?
Come on, baby, please. That is a 12.
Yeah. So you've lost track. You're watching the front, and you don't quite see any difference or change in what you see. What are you folks doing?
Nexus, just keep an eye out while I have a quick chat with Archie. Right. Archie, sit down, would you?
Yeah. Just on the ground.
Okay, and as he plops down to the ground, Mr. Smith goes down on one knee to bring himself down and realises that even then you're still slightly out.
Might as well just keep standing.
No, because I don't want to be talking down to you, because this is important, alright?
No, alright.
I heard what happened earlier after that ruckus in the town hall, and how you had a bit of a wobble and left.
Right.
Alright? And I want to have a quick word. Now, I understand that people in this town haven't been very kind over the years. Alright? Might have misinterpreted your size and your general stature, and quite frankly, a bit clumsiness, as being
a numpty.
There is that. I am actually willing to take that back. You're not.
No, I
No.
liked it. No.
No. But that you were unnecessarily physical. All right? and therefore a little bit frightening. All right.
Right.
And you using your physicality and force and getting a bit scared of it because it is scary, you know, when you get angry and all the massive forms come out. But, and I need to make this very, very clear, using force in the defense of others is not a bad thing. You are not cruel. You are not mean. You do not throw your weight around, even though, quite frankly, you could, because you're massive. All right? You have nothing to feel bad about. Now, tonight, somebody might try and do the sheriffing. If that happens, we are going to try and stop them, and I'm going to need you to step up and get in the way. All right?
I'm gonna get in their way real good,
Yeah.
Sniff.
But we do it, and we only do what we need to do, and never that much more. All right?
I'll try.
You will do just fine, my lad. And he gives you a pat.
The dad talk. It's the dad talk.
Which is awesome because he's like 64 years old.
The oldest one here, yes.
So wholesome.
Okay. Right. What do y'all do? So you're
We're taking a watch at the window and trying to
Okay, so
stay outside.
Okay,
but
so you open the window. So you like
crack a shutter.
Yeah.
And we are trying to keep
An
an
eye
eye and an ear out for anything.
perception check, please.
It's not a great roll. That is only an 11, I'm afraid.
Are they also assisting you?
Well, we're all keeping an eye and
Right.
an ear out.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want
You guys
individual
can give me,
rolls.
yeah, you can give me a perception. Whoever's
I-
watching, you're sitting on the floor. Or are you all watching out?
I mean, I would probably follow Mr. Sniff around.
Okay, so each of you give me a perception check, please.
Mr. Sniff.
I got 14.
Oh, my heart.
I should probably be at disadvantage since I ain't got the dark vision.
Probably.
Oh.
Excuse me.
That would be 9.
Okay. All right. You all watch out. No movement or anything that you can see. Okay. You walk down. I'm going to say you watch for about half an hour. You all walk down, and
Just really quickly.
yeah.
As we're walking and Weebler's next to me, I'm going to continue to look at people, but there's going to be a shuffle as a little pouch opens. As you know, it's like a little on his belt. There's like a little clip that opens, and what seems to be like this metal, like a tarnished metal whistle. Pops up. And it
Bobble.
floats over to Weebler. This is more than just a little toy or a treasure. That has a very, 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 very high-pitched sound when it's blown. Don't do it now. On the off chance that I'm not around and y'all need to blow that. And now it's more than likely over here. It's a signal whistle. It doesn't have stats, but I'm assuming that's loud.
Yeah, okay. I'll know when to blow.
I'm going to assume that you'll know when danger is around.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Or you need to get my attention in a very specific setting of danger or duress.
Danger or distress?
Trust your instincts. You have really good instincts.
Thanks. I put it in a pocket for when I distress.
Oh, no. Okay.
All right. As you approach the Undertaker's lands beside you, the priest does. That was backwards, like Yoda. Beside you, the priest does. And turns to you and says, "Where is the body?"
Inside it should be. And I'm going to open the What?
You talk backwards too.
Yeah, you both did. I go to
I didn't even catch it. I get like, what? It should be inside. And I will open the door. Well, it's dark.
Yeah,
Doesn't
it's locked.
I'm the mayor. And I'm going to no. This is so important. Well, first I'm gonna knock.
Yeah. No.
As soon as he knocks, Wedler disappears into the shadows.
Yeah.
Does Wheeler say that while he does it?
Not one more time.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
And last time, this always 3 times the charm.
Yeah.
And say, we gotta get in. Excuse me for the lack of decorum. This might be more pertinent. And I look at Deckers. Just making sure they're okay with something.
As long as you pay for the damages.
You know, well, the notary and all that stuff is there for a reason. I'm just going to put my hand on the door where the lock is, and using word of unmaking, I'm going to destroy it.
Okay.
Like it's desiccated. Yeah.
It shrivels.
And then I will open the door.
Okay. All right, you open.
And I go, yeah, that's fixed.
Right.
I have a friend who can fix things. Like a mechanic. I don't know. But we'll step inside. Let them step inside.
Yeah.
Hope that Wedler follows.
Yep.
And I will close just behind.
Does Wedler follow? No.
Probably not, because I really want to go to the cemetery and see where those graves go.
Okay. All right. You don't see Wedler around.
And there's a.
You might hear my humming though, so not.
Oh, great. That's actually perfect. If I hear that, you hear something in your head. I'll need to know where you were. You hear. Don't get caught.
Okay, I promise I'll cover the hole.
And that was with message. And great. We'll head towards the back.
Okay.
Where the
you head back and the doors are open and you see that the casket is lying on the table still. He still hasn't buried it. He's probably gonna do it in the morning.
Is it open?
Yeah.
Right.
The lid's on it actually.
Yeah, the lid's open, but the body's still in there.
Yeah.
Right. And I will look around. Can you see in the dark?
No, I cannot.
Dread. Well, I mean, there's a little light coming in. I don't want to make too much attention, draw too much attention. But here they are.
All right. And kind of comes around and says, this may be a little unsettling for some.
Well, I mean, I'm an unsettling creature myself.
Fair enough.
Places a hand on the chest, closes its eyes, and begins to mutter and squawks under and casts Speak with Dead.
Yeah!
Oh, yeah.
That's what the waiting on.
Finally. I wanted to speak to the cleric.
Finally.
As the body goes. All right, back to the building. I would like you all to make a perception check again, everybody who's watching the building.
Disadvantage.
Oh, that's better.
I got a natural 20.
Yay!
And it actually made it 22.
I got 24.
Oh,
wow.
Can I just say, you know the 5 stages of mourning?
Yes.
Yes.
I've realized I'm at the 4th stage, almost at acceptance. I got a 5.
Okay, all right. At this point, you think everything's good. You haven't seen any issues. You're all right.
No, Archie.
I got 6.
Oh,
Okay. A natural 20. For what's the amount? What's
22.
the 22
Total, yeah.
total? 24 total. Okay. Both of you watch the door open.
Which door?
On the mayor's house, on the sheriff's house.
Okay.
Okay. Opens like this.
and an individual steps out. And it is a large individual, about 7.5 feet, dressed in a 3-piece suit, orc tucks out the bottom, and steps out, closes the door, puts it in, locks it, kind of looks at his feet and like wipes his feet on the front step, puts the key ring back on his belt, and starts to walk up the street.
Archie, do him.
Full on out the front door, 40 feet movement. Am I there?
Jeez. We're about to find out.
Yeah, what?
Jesus.
10, 20, yes, so that's only 30, yeah. So you come barreling out the front door, you see this individual there who turns, you meet him, and I am going to say that is when we roll initiative, real quick.
Okay.
I would say you get an action before we get into initiative, but we need to
I'm
roll
going
it.
to try to do it in shard for ease.
Do it
Yes.
in sharp.
Can I shout something as he closes?
Sure.
Only people. Shotgun.
Yeah, you guys don't need to be in initiative.
I will shout, you are under arrest for breaking and entering. Give yourself up.
Okay.
So precious.
I say, yeah, well, he said he was a deputy.
I like it. Okay. What would you like to do when you get there?
Literally just say, hang on a second. No, I don't mean no offense, but you're coming out there and that looks mighty suspicious. That's literally it.
I love it. I love that you. I just want to.
Right up in front of his face.
Yeah, the orc stops and looks at you and says, I was just checking up on the sheriff.
Oh.
He's resting.
Well then, if you don't mind, I've got my friend the mushroom doctor, and he's real good at. He might want to hear your full report, real quick. Why was you checking on him?
As we start to close up.
Yeah. And at that point, I'm going to say that you get there out of initiative because you didn't attack like I thought you would have. As you all kind of stand, the three of you in front of him.
Name.
My name?
Yeah, your name. Nah.
Biff.
Biff. Right. Key.
Why?
Give me the Gorham key.
Well, first of all, who
I
do
am
you
the
think
deputy.
Oh,
Give me the key.
You all with badges.
Look, please don't
I
make
didn't
me
mean him
angry.
any harm. If you want the key, take it.
All right.
Yeah,
You keep an eye on him. I'm going to go and check this out. You better be okay. And I will walk back and I will unlock the door.
Okay.
Nexus looks at Beth. Waves. Hello, I am Nexus.
That's great. He kind of smiles, actually, and looks down at you and nods. Okay. You go over to the room. The door, you unlock it.
Yep.
Open it up, and you see that there are footsteps that kind of come, and then they like smear.
Like try to stroke.
And then they go all the way up the stairs. You get into the stairs, you start to go up, and there is the sheriff, sleeping. Quietly.
I am going to... I thought living people were living, and they weren't. So I'm going to actually put hands on him
Sure.
and investigate. So I have
Medicine
a horrible
check.
feeling that he's been stabbed and is now... 16.
Okay. Seems the way that you left him. And the water cup is full.
I
Again.
will take the water cup.
And everything is like, there's like a cloth that has been warm, and it's warm to the touch on his head. And
Aww. Okay. I will take the water, sniff it, shrug,
Mr. Sniff.
throw it and refill it.
Okay.
And put it back out, lock the door.
Okay.
And come back.
He's standing there. May I go now?
Where do you get a suit in that size? Because I got it.
Yeah. Why don't you...
There used to be a shop up
Why don't you just come and have a quick chat with us for a couple of minutes, and then you can go on your way.
We can chat right here.
All right. Why do you have a key to Sheriff's house? And who are you?
Looking after him. I'm a friend of his. And of Clint's.
Who?
What's he sniff like?
I don't know. Do I smell bullshit?
Give me a perception check. Oh God.
It's 13.
Okay. He smells like an orc.
All
Yeah,
right.
he smells musty
He smells handsome.
and fine
All right.
clothes.
Smells handsome.
Are you from this town? Where you live?
I live in one of the hovels.
Where do you work?
I work at the bank. Isn't that clear?
Yeah, and that's...
May I go now?
Yeah, all right.
All right. Can I have my key back?
Nope.
You're gonna take care of it now.
Yeah, at this moment in time, I can't prove that you are his friend. So you having a key to his house, I don't like.
All right. Turns around, walks away.
All right. Have a nice night, sir.
You too.
He was massive. I'm glad that didn't go wrong.
All right. Back at the Undertaker's office.
Okay.
The priest looks up at you and says, "You have 5 questions to ask before we lose him." And that is where we're going to end the session.
Good stuff, Jason. We're just getting started.
Oh, it's so
I
good.
just love
It's
that
so
Wheeler's
good.
out digging a hole. Almost combat. There's dead men talking. Wheeler's like, doop, 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 doop.
The time of his life.
But you stuck to your gun. She's like, no, this is what Wheeler would do.
Yeah, Wheeler's gonna dig a hole.
Love it. All right. Well, thank you for watching. Of course, much love to everyone there. Next week, or actually tonight, if you're a patron, you can watch the after show, shootouts and shoutouts. And or if you're not a patron, you can watch it on Sunday. And we'll see you next week.
Which is the penultimate episode.
Which is the penultimate episode.
Don't say that.
It's so fun.
Penultimate is a really big vocabulary term for Wheeler.
You're done now. You're not.
Come back, Doc. Come back.
Come back.
Come back out of my
Back
character.
to us. All right, y'all. Bye.
Oh.